stars, get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. Now you wanna see me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all. You said you wanted to fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. I'm going in. Fall into oblivion. Fall into oblivion. Forget about the world we're living in. Fall into oblivion, oblivion. I'm going in.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's Saturday night CEA Siege Invite Playoff match. Tonight we have the 3 seed of Pennsylvania State University versus the 6 seed of Arizona State University in the Invite Playoffs, and I'm very excited to see how these two talented rosters shake out. We'll be getting into the next map, or the first map shortly. It'll be Bank with Penn State attacking, and it is Penn State's map pick as well. But yeah, should be here. I'm joined by Kevin Joker.
How's it going?
And yeah, very excited.
Honestly, some really good. I think we could just go straight into talking about maps, right? Because I don't think we have too much time before we get in. But the first map being Bank, I feel like there's always a lot to talk about Bank.
Yeah, especially with the introduction of Cali and Wamai, the map has definitely shaken up quite a bit. Even though when it comes to the official map pool that is used by the Tier 1 pros, it is not. It's been replaced by Theme Park. We're still running it until the end of playoffs, which allows us to see a slightly different meta than what is at the very top play.
Right, for sure. Yeah, Bank, definitely a super vertical map, having 2 floors as well as a basement. I feel like a lot of teams have gotten even more creative. Even in within our own tournaments in CEA, we've seen teams getting really, really creative on how they hold certain sites. People have been exploring lots of different ways on defending sites that aren't like super popular. There's been a lot of different like bugs even that have been found. I believe right now for CEA, we're not going to be able. We're not allowing that one bug where you put the C4 in the undestroyable desk in the basement site.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that a pretty powerful tactic, to say the least.
for sure. But yeah, looks like we're just gonna get straight into it. There's a lot of really common bans that we see often in Bank, like Thatcher, Maverick were also really big bans. But going into playoffs, Wamai and Kali are allowed to be picked by both teams here. So I feel like maybe they might inch off the Thatcher bans now because they could just pick Kali.
Yeah, with the Kelly being, as she was marketed, the sort of Thatcher alternative, we might go away from Thatcher bans towards the more standard hard breach bans we saw a few seasons ago. And off the bat, we're proven wrong, as ASU does want to get Thatcher out of there. Just no
Right.
real surprise. It's a very powerful operator still. So
Right. AR-33, also a very great gun. Oh, we see a pretty fast ban coming up from Penn State here as Jackal's off the board. Again, one of the highest ban rates operators in both ranked as well as our tournament games. Jackal just is so strong, especially when you have someone below them shooting up through floors like cash floor, shooting up above to gym site and stuff, and makes it really hard.
yeah, we'll see the Kaid ban. You often see that one, not necessarily by itself, but sort of as a response to the Thatcher ban, just to make it easier to get through hatches when it comes to it. And then finally rounding it out with the Mira, which is a pretty much a staple at this point of Bank. You very rarely see her brought with how powerful she is on the basement.
Right. Thank Mirror just so powerful in the basement. I've even seen some pretty creative uses in like maybe towards janitor's closet upstairs. Some teams have been sort of experimenting with how to hold even the staff open area sites, which is kind of crazy, but like I dig it if people can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And off the bat, Arizona State will be on the defense heading down to the lockers and CCTV room, which, no real surprise. It's definitely one of the more powerful sites on this map. And we're going to see the Clash Flash, but 6th pick away to the Echo. But other
Yeah,
than that, solid standard lineups from both teams.
Yeah, I feel like the Clash 6 pick into the Echo is actually a pretty big brain move, honestly. It makes it so that Zofia and other operators that are like Clash counters need to stay onto their operators, and it's something that they're going to have to be looking out for. But it's lucky for Jaws that he does still have the IQ, and it's going to make life a little harder for Alex to hide those yokais away from him.
Yeah, absolutely. The 6th pick to the Echo itself also could mean that Jaws is not necessarily looking for the yokais when it comes to it. Odds are, with invite players as talented as most of these individuals are, they'll be able to communicate and figure it out. But maybe on the first round, a little bit of communication, especially in a playoff game when stakes are high. Well, you never know what people can get away with.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've seen some crazy things in my games too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like a pretty standard setup coming out from ASU over here. Yeah, we still have the mute. We have a lot of different. We have 2 different C4 operators, so they're going to get about 2 chances to stop that default plant without doing anything too crazy. But yeah, 30 seconds into the round, we're still doing some final prep work as PSU is entering the site. Or not site, the map.
Yeah.
The building.
As the only real interesting thing is, it's sort of the defense is straying away from the classic sort of turtle in the basement and use your utility to deny the plant for as long as possible. As we see, I believe both the Mozzie and the Mute playing up a little bit higher just to try and slow that droning. We saw at least one Mozzie pest being used all the way at the top floor, as I have no idea how to say that name, I'm going to be honest. We're going to call him Racha, I guess, on the Mozzie. He's sort of trying to avoid this pressure and kill as many drones as he can in the teller's office for now. But he's getting pushed pretty hard from multiple angles.
Right, for sure. He is holding a really good spot for roamers to be hiding. Not many people do check that printer site, printer area of that teller site. But yeah, Racha, he is not getting droned out actually, or did he see him? I'm not exactly sure about that. He might be making really good use of his pass. Oh, and that's gonna be the first whiff coming out from Racha as Vidge does take down Mozzie with still around 30 HP to spare.
Yeah, that's you can't be missing those shots, honestly, in that situation. You can definitely tell that he's probably a little bit nervous, but regardless, you just gotta have to shrug and move on. Even though he did go down without getting a kill there, he has burned a lot of time. So we're down to a little less than a minute on the clock, and there hasn't even been much hard breaching going on around the open area side of things, and server control is still in, well, as I say that, server control is being taken by the attackers of PSU.
40 seconds left on the clock, and it's only now that PSU is starting to take the rooms just outside the site, like server, and they're going to have to spend a lot of time to get rid of these gadgets that are already on the side of ASU. There's Maestro Evil Eyes, there's deployment shields that they're going to have to get through, and now they're just busting out the ADSs. Gonna go for a quick default plant. A C4 should be able to stop the Zerfon, finding the kill onto Vidge, and then the Evil Eye is going to be able to tickle the back of the planter.
15 seconds to go.
Yeah, the Yokai is going to stop it, but unfortunately the Echo himself is downed, and I believe the plant is successful from Epic. Really good sticking it there, and now the attackers are in such an advantage, able to pull back these post-plant positions. C-Nacho gets a kill with that nade, downing Baka. Zerfon goes for the fight and loses it to Jaws, but it's quickly refragged by Firewall. Destroyer and C-Nacho holding these positions all the way back.
Ooh.
Firewall gets one, but it's refragged by Destroyer, and Epic gets the last kill to seal out the first attacking round for Penn State.
Wow, that was a really good round. I forgot Epic was still up here. I thought the last person just got down traded, but no. PSU showing just a really solid take onto site, despite the fact that they only had about 40 seconds on the clock when it happened.
Yeah, that just showed so much composure and efficiency when it really came down to it. Penn State was able to get the control they needed with around 40 seconds left and still turn it into a bomb plant with 10 seconds to spare against a Maestro, Echo, and a C4 still up. That's very impressive stuff. Good kill spread too when it comes down to it.
No,
But yeah,
actually.
gonna see the defenders head back to the basement site. Not gonna switch too many things up other than bringing the actually, yeah, they're switching up a lot. It's the smoke being brought, which, as you know, that those 3 gas canisters can get you up to 45 seconds of plant denial. So they had the smoke last time, maybe they win that round. Baka's decided he's bringing it this time.
That's true. So they with the smoke, they also get another deployment shield, so maybe they could put that to good use as well. Yeah, other than that, it's looking like a pretty default hole in the basement here. Maybe we can see Racha switching it up on how he decides to roam this time, maybe on the first or second floor. But coming from the side of PSU, I think they know what's up. They're probably going to go downstairs again. If it ain't broke, let's just keep going with it, right? And they're bringing the same operators this time.
Absolutely. Especially in the state of the meta that Rainbow Six has sort of found itself in, you're generally going to bring a standard attacking lineup because of how much utility the defenders have on their side. There's so many things you need to burn through, so you can't really justify bringing some of the more frag-heavy operators when you have to bring things like double hard breachers to get those hatches and walls open when it comes to the basement, the IQ to kill the yokais, vertical and soft destruction to get rid of those evil eyes and things, as well as the deployable shields. So I don't think we'll see much switch up when it comes to the attacking lineup. That being said, the attackers have cleared the top floor with a lot more efficiency than last time. Not even a minute off the clock, and they've already got it completely cleared out as they start to make their way towards the lower floors.
Yeah, that's some really good coordination coming out. We see Vidge and Jaws both, full sending it into second floor, clearing it out with their bodies. But you also have support from C-Nacho, who was repelled outside the north side of the building. So there's a lot of different tight coordination that's going on, and only just now are they going to take full control of first floor here. And then just like we saw before, with a little bit more time efficiency this time around, we're going to see them start moving on to basement soon. But we do see adaptations coming out from the side of from ASU here. We even see that bullet. What am I saying? The deployment shield in front of the site wall, so that Smoke can easily throw those smoke canisters across without having to expose his head this time around, which is how 2 people got down last round.
Yeah, very smart adaptation, as well as the Mozzie, instead of going upstairs, he was holding the server, but Destroyer's not going to leave him there for long. That's going to be a nice opening pick for Penn State, with a little less than a minute to go. Starting to get into that server control once more.
There is a Mozzie drone at the top of blue looking at everyone up there. They are going to stall out and use their first gas canister. 40 seconds left on the clock, and like you said, in the perfect use of smoke canisters will buy around 40-some seconds of time. As it is nearing that time, Yokai just around the corner for the bomb. IQ can't shoot it out because it's behind the bomb. And that's some really good positioning from both of those operators' gadgets.
And now we are going to see the plant start to be attempted. No smoke canister coming out. The Yokai is going to stop the plant right at the end as a gas canister comes out as well. Coming down to 15 seconds, and there should be both one Yokai and one gas canister, but there's also a Jaeger lurking all the way around. As I say that, there is the drop in from C Nacho. He gets one, and he gets a second.
Oh, no.
But Zerfron on the flank, not able to find any impact quick enough as his teammates fall on the site, and now he's left in a 1v5. Some smaller health bars on the side of the attackers, but it's still a pretty difficult task. He gets one on Jaws, who was on the lowest HP. With 30 seconds left, he's going to need to find a lot more kills very quickly. Droned out, they know exactly where he is, desperately going for these pre-fires, trying to find just any lucky shot. But it seems like the attackers just aren't even going to give him the option, as Sinacho peeks him towards the end, and secures a 3K for himself right there at the end of the round.
Oh, wow, he just ran straight across, too. Oh, wow. I feel like I'm not exactly sure if he has a pixel angle that he can shoot the guy planting on default from server hatch, but that could have been the make it or break it point for AS or PSU, or am I saying no ASU? But yeah, that was a really good try from Zerfon, but maybe they're gonna stick to their guns and actually go lockers instead this as well this round.
Yeah, at some point, it becomes less of doubling down on your strategy and more of how many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? So we'll see if maybe with some more adaptation, as we are going to see another switch up with the operator lineup on the defense towards the Pulse instead of the Maestro, which could definitely work in terms of gathering that intel after. It seemed like a little lack of communication there towards the end, with that plant almost going down just to be stopped by that Yokai right at the last second.
Right. I'm really curious as to how Roch is going to be able to use Pulse on this side, which is not an operator that you see very often on sites that are in the basement, because you can't, throw a C4 through the floor. So maybe we're going to see Roch use his UMP up top in the second or first floor. I'm actually curious to see how that will go, because as far as we can tell, PSU's been doing a great job at just droning out and just like taking control of the rest of the map almost a full minute before the round ends.
Yeah, and we have seen 2 drones go down in the beginning phase. Not sure if they were given to Mozzie or if they were given just destroyed, but we're going to see the adaptation come in the form of a server stairs hold, which is one of the more common strategies we see nowadays. It's definitely been very popular in the last couple months, with the idea being that server control is not given up through this staircase with somebody just holding the angle with a shotgun and ADSs and other things to prevent them from being flushed out. We're going to see Baka up there with that smoke shotty, the SAS shotgun, one of the more popular shotguns in the game. And we'll see how Penn State, they've managed to counter everything that Arizona State has brought so far. We'll see how they're able to deal with this.
They are using the Pulse within server side in order to maybe hold it better, because they're able to see or call out exactly where they are, and maybe that could be really good information for Baka here, as he does know exactly where they are. Oh, yeah, we see some of the couple hatches, or not hatches, a Maverick drawing a line through the floor to look towards the top of blue stairs here. Maybe if they clear that ADS, he could throw a nade through that hole and find potentially a kill on Tabaka here.
Yeah, they do have the ability to burn those ADSs fairly easily, as there's 2 sets of frag nades on both the Buck and the Maverick, as well as, I believe, the flashes on the side of Epic currently. Yeah, so they, along with the Zofia, should be able to burn that fairly easily, and that is going to put a lot of pressure on Baka. As we already see Sinacho prepping a frag nade, going to throw that in, that's going to get the shield itself, and Baka is vacated the staircase for now, looking to hold the angle, maybe get a cheeky kill on his way out. I believe the hatch behind him is still solid, so not being pressured from above just yet. As I say that, Destroyer's pushing down. Epic has a drone on him. Another smoke canister gonna come out to block off the server door itself. As the attackers back off, as both sides back off actually, and sort of gentlemen the server room for now.
For sure. They do get to open up the server hatch now, so as Destroyer is taking control of the server, they're going to be able to use it now. They do realize that both of the defenders, roamers, have backed off into sight, but now it looks like that hold was really successful for ASU here. It's already down to 25 seconds, and they've wasted a full 2.5 minutes of time trying to do that. Vig going to take a little bit of damage, and oh! Sinacho is going to see somebody, but is only going to take down Racha by 25 HP or so. Epic going to be sticking the plant with Alex just around the corner with the yokai. Is going to be able to stop the plant, but he's going to go straight back at it. Oh, he stopped it again.
One more time, but Sinacho is getting one kill after another. Claymore gets the flank as well. Time hit 0, but Epic does get the plant down. Baka left in a 1v5. He gets 2 already. 40 seconds left to work with. But with post-plant positions, this is going to be pretty hard. He's on about 50 HP himself, and this is a nasty angle from Destroyer. Does take a lot of damage. Excuse me, actually, he only takes a little bit, but 25 seconds left. Baka pushing around, seeing if it can work from a different angle. Only about 20 seconds left. He will be not able to shoot that drone, and they know exactly where he is. 15 seconds. It's not looking too likely, as this round is already in the hands of Penn State. Baka just looking for any kills he can get to try and pad his KDA. Looks for some lucky shots through the wall, but he's not going to find it as Destroyer's laying down on the other side of the desk, and that's going to be another solid take from Penn State.
He's going to be rushing around the corner. Damn. But wow, that's a really, really solid take from PSU, despite the 3 different ways of holding basement. ASU has been switching it up and adapting to the playstyle of PSU, but I feel like PSU is just doing a fantastic job at just powering through and making sure that they can take the site. And so finally, like you said, they beat it into them. And so they're finally changing site back to second floor CEO. And hopefully ASU can have a little bit of a second wind and gain the momentum back from this site.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a drastically different lineup. I assume Zerfon was flashing the Wamai, so I assume he's going to go off the Cav. If he brings it, I'm going to be very excited, but it looks like we're not going to be that lucky. On the other side, similar roles until Sinacho actually decides to get off the Maverick and towards the Ash, which it's not that weird, especially if they're anticipating a second floor hold, as Ash brings a lot of utility, one of the best guns in the game. We'll see how he uses it, especially with the castle flash. It makes a lot more sense.
Right, for sure. We also see Zerfon on Wamai. Definitely a pretty favorite pick from a lot of these CEA teams, especially in Invite, as I've seen a lot of really good uses of those Wamai magnet gadgets that he's been that he has, especially in this site. You could even throw them right next to the plants where it's out of sight, and you might be able to waste like a pretty good nade or two, or people trying to trash flash the ADSs behind the CEO wall. You could also get rid of those. Oh, and also it looks like Zerfon's just going to be using them to hold around the window, which is also super useful to hold as well as they are right now.
Yeah, It looks like he's looking for some sort of cheeky angle out the top of the normally impact tricked wall, as you'll sometimes see flashes and things thrown over in order to discourage impact tricking on those two CEO walls, but for now, not sure if he's able to get that successfully. We're just going to see some preliminary map control taken, as it looks like that Wamai might have already been shot after being spotted out by Vidge. Regardless, yeah, I think it's gone unless he picked it up. Unlucky, but
he probably saw it on drones too.
yeah. They're going to see
charge.
Yeah, getting nice long angles to deal with these castle barricades. These barricades put up to sort of isolate. I know there's a lot of different callouts for that. I call it a little connector, but regardless, it's going to be a much less safe area to play with those castle barricades that were normally blocking off those line of sights are now quickly disappearing.
Barely missing Zerfon. He just walks across his crosshair and wasn't able to find one. I don't think they know that C-Notch is repelled up here despite the Ash Breach charge opening up the castle barricade. But yeah, a minute 30 already gone from the clock, and it looks like ASU hasn't really moved too much from their site, and they're just kind of holding it in a very, turtle-like fashion. Oh, he does see Racha run inside elevator. He is going to be living with a sliver of his life as Alex gets naded down to half HP, and suddenly those are the CEO walls being opened right now.
Yeah, that's a lot of vertical pressure being put on by the Buck underneath. I believe he's supported by another teammate, but for now, it's just going to be very, very difficult for the side of Arizona State to play in those anchor positions. That's what it seems that their setup is revolved around. You're going to see Destroyer take a lot of HP with a gunfight through the floor, and Alex is going to use this long angle through the connector to get a kill through the breach hole. But it's refragged by Vidge, who has pushed up to the vending machine and takes out the Wamai. Racha's there to challenge him out of that elevator. Not sure if the side of Penn State is aware of his position. But yeah, about 30 seconds left, and still Penn State not able to really get any picks that'll give them huge access to the site. Coming down to 20 seconds, and another gunfight that's going to be won by the side of Arizona State as Vidge goes down. Racha holding the spiral staircase over from that side, and it looks like it's going to be some desperation rushes in. The Ash is repelled in as Baka gets the kill on Epic through the hole. C-Nacho is going to get one as he's refragged by Baka. Destroyer desperately trying to put the bomb down as time hits 0, and that's going to be the first round win for Arizona State as Baka picks up the final kill.
Wow. Yeah, KD saved coming out from Zerfon. Definitely holding on to his stats a little bit. But yeah, a really, really good hold coming out from ASU despite the fact that they didn't really have any roamers off-site. They just did a really good job at locking things down. One thing I want to notice is that Racha, who was completely stuck inside elevator because Vidge was holding it down, was able to get one of his teammates over and hold the double angle for him. So when Vidge concussed him with the Zofia concuss and tried to bum rush him inside elevators, he did have a teammate covering his back and shooting Vidge out exactly when he peeked. And so that kind of team coordination is exactly what ASU needs right now to start bringing this back as they're going back to basement again.
Yeah, we'll see if they're able to break the curse that is this downstairs bomb site. I will say it is Penn State's map pick, and in a best of 3, it's not super weird to see your own map pick taken dominantly in this sort of fashion. Arizona State has shown signs of life in pretty much all the rounds so far, fighting back, especially in that last one, and we'll see if they're able to maybe bring some of that momentum into this round, as we're going to see another pretty standard setup, except the Wamai is being brought this time, maybe to sort of lessen the pressure, as we've noticed C-Nacho get a lot of nade kills, actually, now that I think about it.
They did have some really good holds, holding server room and top of blue stairs until they were completely overwhelmed by flashes. Oh, that's a pretty good spot. I would never find that. Yeah, they were able to completely use up all of the ADSs with a bunch of flashes and nades, and that's how they were able to get control of blue that quickly. But ASU did a really good job at wasting a lot of time. It's just at the end of the day, PSU won their gunfights more than ASU, and that's how they were able to take it. And so in theory, I feel like ASU is doing a great job, and maybe this Wamai can help it push it just a little more so that blue and server can be held on for a longer time.
Yeah, we are seeing the same similar efficiency out of the side of Penn State when it comes to clearing out these upper floors and taking their map control, as we already see around the similar timing. About a little over 2 minutes left in the round, and the first floor is cleared out as they start to take their sights towards the lower floors. However, one thing is we're going to see Baka supported a lot more heavily when it comes to the actual stairs, with more. I believe there was maybe an echo drone spotting for him, but even without that, there's the support from the server stairs as well as the new Wamai frisbees that'll be allowing him to play a little bit safer in that stair.
2 ADSs and 2 frisbees this time. I feel like they wouldn't be fully. Oh, they do see it, however. The IQ is just able to spot out the first Y gadget. They can't really shoot out the second one, however, because it's going to be inside and up around the corner. But yeah, that's going to be at least one Wamai frisbee doing its job. Yeah, Jaws desperately wanting to get that one, but I guess he won't be able to, like I said. But yeah, they are opening the server hatch with Nacho starting to open it up with his Maverick gadget. So I'm kind of curious as to see what Baka's going to do. Maybe they're just going to hold it completely. Nacho does get taken down to around 30 HP with a pretty dangerous peek coming out from the site hatch.
It seems like Penn State has sort of shifted their views at this point. It looks like they're rotating towards the garage side as well as the main stairs. Right now, it's going to be Racha with the initial point of contention on that main stairs, and he's going to win it out, getting a nice opening pick for the side of Arizona State. That's exactly what they needed. Jaws looking for the refrag, but he's not going to be given that opportunity. Nacho on the other side is going to get Zerfon, but is downed in response. With 30 seconds left, Racha goes for another aggressive peek and is able to get Jaws as Penn State has to fall back to res their teammate in open area. They've just taken nice control of the garage side, and there's only 15 seconds left. Nacho gets 1 kill on Baka and a down on Alex. Epic gets another kill on Firewall, so this is looking a lot more heavily in the Penn State favor. 5 seconds left, and it's going to be Penn State rushing in and winning those gunfights when it matters. Heartbreaking loss for Arizona State on that round. But
wow, yeah,
really, really solid stuff.
I feel like everything was going super good for ASU until that last literal 10 seconds. They had cams on everybody. They knew where exactly everyone was. But when it just came down to the gunfights, looks like Penn State was able to step up once again as Vidge and Nacho definitely finding really high impact kills that allowed PSU to start moving onto site aggressively. And I feel like that's exactly what PSU is really, really successful at right now in this game so far. Just being able to aggressively push site when they need it and to just straight up win their gunfights.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, Nacho, if you notice in the kill scores, he's killing everyone in the server. He's 10-3 right now. That's 2 kills per round so far, and he's been really, really efficient with his utility usage with those frag grenades. I believe he's like 3 or 4 frag grenade kills maybe at this point.
Yeah,
really, really good placement with either getting kills or forcing the Arizona State defenders out of position to give him or his teammates kills with their guns.
It also goes to show how good at PSU is in regards to droning in their entry fraggers and the people that are going to be using their frag grenades towards and directing them exactly towards where people are. And I feel like that's something that PSU's been doing, just excelling at this round, this game so far. So much so to the point where ASU would rather hold Teller's Archives instead of Basement on Bank, and that's something I thought I wouldn't see for a long time.
Yeah, definitely. And you do bring up a very good point. As a team, especially in a very tactical shooter such as Rainbow Six, you're only as good as your support players really enable your best players to be. It's very, very much a team game, and we are seeing Penn State show up very, very well. See if Arizona State's able to bring their team together and start to tack some rounds on, because at this point, it looks like they might need a mental reset before we look to map 2.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, ending their first half with the 4-2 on Bank is still not the worst thing that can happen. ASU might still be able to come back on the attack side here. I feel like a 5-1 might be really demoralizing, but
yeah,
a
maybe a bit
4-2,
much, but
4-2 might still be like, all right, we can do this.
yeah, Bank is definitely no longer the defender-sided nightmare that it once used to be. Even though I would still say it leans towards the defenders itself. It's no cafe, so maybe Arizona State will be able to get some solid defense round or attacking rounds together. Excuse me. We are going to see some contention over here on the main stairs. It's going to be Racha again. He's been the one in these opening engagements, looking for the pre-fire on Destroyer, but both of them are going to miss all of their bullets as Ratchet starts to retreat further down to the basement, seating up these upper main stairs to the side of Penn State.
Racha is holding on to this main stair area, which is going to be extremely crucial for holding on to sight from ASU. So we're going to have to see a lot of good team play coming out from protecting the main stairs, and especially Racha at this point, because they have those footholes open looking into Teller's sight. And so once they get control of that and they start getting control of the west side of Teller's, it's going to be a really easy plant. As who cares if like 4 people are alive, as long as they can take this. Oh, but Bitch already in sight, gotta find the not the head, but the kill on Tabaka, and he's just gonna be pulling out. He's just gonna take the advantage right there.
Yeah, really good entry frag from Vidge, one of the more frag-heavy players on this Penn State lineup. Ratchet's on the flank. He's able to get 1. He's able to get 2 nice kills on Epic and Destroyer. Got some of your utility down, and he's able to retreat down to the safety of Firewall, who's watching his back from that main stairs. That was Diffuser down, but we're going to see C-Nacho flank the flankers all the way on the other side. Now you have Racha pinned in that corner. You're just going to get Zerf on the other side as Racha is pinched by both Jaws and C-Nacho. Leaving it all up to Alex. He does have the Diffuser in his hands with 17 seconds left, but there's 3 kills to find. So we're going to see Vidge go all the way around, and Alex opts for the fight, and it's C-Nacho again able to get that last kill and the round for the side of Penn State.
Wow, and that's going to be the last defending round coming up from ASU here, as they're switching sides this time around. Wow, but that was a really good attack at the last moment there from PSU, as they did know at least 2 players were on main stairs. So they had C-Nacho go all the way down to the basement and push it up from the bottom, as we had another player, Jaws, I believe, who was pushing from the top set of main stairs all the way down. And that kind of pincer movement, being able to clear both Jaeger and the other roamer on main stairs was crucial for the win for Penn State. So that kind of teamwork is definitely really pulling through for Penn State here.
Yeah, very smart. That's exactly what you need to go try and clear out those main stairs, especially when, as you said, it's such a strong sight hold from that position. So you definitely, if you're going to go for an execute, you need to clear that out. But in the end, it was Penn State just getting all the kills they needed to close out that. Over on the half switch, we are going to see the return to the basement. But this time with Penn State, who have pretty much been the kings of the basement so far, they're going to be the ones trying to defend it this time. Not going to see the Echo brought, but we're going to see the Maestro's Smoke and Mute when it comes to Denial itself. As that's 3 gas canisters, those Evil Eyes, as well as the C4 to try and stop that Mom plant. Bring the Doc and the Jaeger from the side of Penn State sort of hints that we might see some more heavy roam play than we did from the side of Arizona State, but I guess we'll find out in a moment.
Yeah. Having both Jaws and Destroyer on both the SAS operators, Smoke and Mute, they're going to have a lot of short range, close range power as they're both packing those SAS shotguns. Even with Epic on the bailiff, they can do some heavy construction all the way around site. And that's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing Evil Eyes holding down both garage as well as server room. And we have holes just open through the middle of the walls. And I feel like that's just Penn State saying, hey, we're here to take all these gunfights for ourselves. We got a dock back here. We can heal ourselves back up. And we're going to take every angle we can.
And I mean, this confidence makes sense, too. Because Penn State haven't really lost many gunfights when it comes down to it. Right now, they're putting the pressure on Arizona State, saying like, hey, we're going to take these fights because we think we can win them. And you're going to have to prove us wrong, or you're going to lose this map in pretty quick style. Ooh. But as I say that, Raj is going to be the one to fight back and get that opening pick onto C Nacho. Seems like C Nacho was not aware of how far the Arizona State attackers had pushed into the building, as Racha was able to catch him unaware and get a nice quick kill.
Also had a drone on her tail. Racha finally taking control of second floor completely. They're just going to have to start moving their way down, and that's going to be their only ACOG off the table for Penn State University. And so a lot of these long angles might actually be starting to be in favor of ASU here, as they're the ones with all the ACOGs, as attackers tend to be. And so, yeah, a minute 30 left on the clock, full control of second floor. They're just now finishing up droning onto the first floor, and hopefully we get to see some really nice executions coming out onto the basement site. Oh, Zerfon going to be taken down to less than half HP as they're trading around a little bit of bullets onto the guys on site. And looks like we got some things opening up here.
Yeah, pretty good, efficient take from the side of Arizona State. Firewall's going to take some more damage as Vidge is playing very aggressively up on these main stairs, but for now it seems like they're content to get that open area control and start to open up these hatches. There is a Nomad on the side of Arizona State, so they could just air jab off that main stairs and ignore it for now. I'm not sure if Baka has done that yet, and it seems like Racha doesn't care about your air jabs as he's going to peek up through a nice little pixel angle and get the kill on Racha.
Yeah, Vidge definitely doing a great job at equalizing the stakes for both schools here. Viral is going to be able to open up the hatch in small office, but smokes are going out, and that's going to be only 20 seconds left on the clock, and I believe Destroyer still has 2 more smoke canisters to start using, but Vidge creeping up through the metal detectors, gotta get air jab so they know exactly where he is. We gotta miss the first bullet, but Baka taking down Vidge is gonna start pushing into sight. 5 seconds left on the clock, and Baka looking towards red, doesn't find the kill and goes down instead. Diffuser does get planted, however, as Alex plants it right behind the bomb instead of the default plant zone.
Ooh, there's going to be Epic getting another kill over towards the vault side as they were looking to pinch him and isolate him in order to get a nice 1v3, but it's down to a 2v2, low health on everyone except for Epic, going all the way up to the hatch, should be able to see Alex. He's actually not going to look through the hatch there, or he missed him. Epic's going all the way around, and they're running pretty low on time here. Getting spam spotted, Jaws gets Alex, and it's a nice little trade down there. 7 seconds left, Epic's not going to have time to get the bomb plant, and Zerfon's going to drop and get the final kill. As Arizona State, it seems like basement is just not in the hands of the defenders anymore at this point. Just don't go down there. It's not worth it.
Yeah, rather take tellers instead of basement. Who would have thought I'd say that today? But yeah, definitely ASU pulling it back together. Not going to make it a 6-1. Mind you, that this is playoffs rules instead of group stages. So the first team to get to 7 will be the ones winning. We don't have any more ties anymore. And so definitely don't want to get it to a match point status. So yeah, putting it back on the map for ASU as they're bringing it back 5-2 is definitely super good, and we might be able to see some Arizona State University momentum going on here.
I'm hoping we do, because if they can start to get these rounds together, we can have a really, really solid map and transition that into a really solid series. But I don't want to harp on mistakes too much, but if Epic had looked through that office hatch just a little bit and gotten that kill on the thermite, that could have shifted the entire round and pretty much sealed the map away for the side of Penn State. But unfortunate, it happens. Everyone loses their gunfights, misses some angles. It happens to everyone. And we're going to see another return down to the basement with only a little bit of operator switch up. See Nacho bring the Valkyrie into the dock.
Right, for sure. That I'm glad that Baka's still sticking out to that Nomad. It did turn out to be really, really crucial. Getting Vidge off the board like that while he was trying to roam there was, I think, might have been the definitive turning point for ASU there, as they were able to get really full control of their flank. Oh, that's some interesting kind of open. Yeah. I feel like
he missed the corner that he was aiming for, but we'll see. We'll see if that one is spotted out. Even there is no IQ, so Wildcam's much harder to spot than normal.
Right, for sure. 30 seconds off the clock, and we already see ASU is starting to take control of second floor with drones coming out as well. That's some really good teamwork already. Vidge got to be at the bottom of banana stairs, just listening for footsteps. But Racha not even going to give him that. He does give him one bullet of audio information, however.
Yeah, Vidge is aware. Looks like he is going to shoot that drone that comes down the stairs after him and then fall all the way back. He's wasting time killing drones. That is the primary job of the roamers. And Vidge is doing that to perfection, falling all the way back, daring the side of ASU to chase him down his staircase and right into the waiting arms of his gun.
For sure. I feel like too many people, when they think roamer should be the guy who's always flanking, always getting the kills. That's not necessarily the case. I feel like the quintessential roamer is the person that is just the worst thorn in the side of the attackers and is just unable to get him out. You're always looking behind you to see if someone's going to be flanking you now or 30 seconds later. And that's exactly what Vidge is doing. He's killing drones, getting intel off the board for ASU, and just being that huge thorn in the side. But we do see Zerfon getting taken down to around half HP, trading a little bit with C-Nacho. And they're not going to have a dock on the board for PSU, so that's going to be permanent health status.
Yep, Baka started to put up some of these air jabs to watch the flanks. Racha looks for the fight on Vidge, and both players are going to do a lot of damage to each other. We're starting to see mirrored health bars with these engagements on both sides. Right now, Arizona State starting to desperately push towards the server side, as they're going to need to start to take control of that fairly soon if they want to try and take this round, just given the side of anti-plant denial that is available. See, Nacho's going to get that kill on Zerfon, finishing what he started a couple seconds ago. And that's going to stall out the Arizona State push quite a lot as they're sort of waiting to sort of gather themselves before they try to push this Valkyrie out from behind the server stack.
For sure. Time is going to be of the essence, though. Oh, that's the first kill coming up from ASU as Jaws finds a frag. Oh, but Baka finding the head of C-Nacho. It's going to be down to a 3v5. Vidge only on 1 HP, but 15 seconds left. We do still have one more smoke canister coming out from Destroyer here. It's going to make it super hard for Alex to start planting without taking damage. And looks like he's going to just do it anyways. I'm not sure if he's going to live through that. Oh, God.
Oh, no. This is starting to spiral out of control. Racha gets Vidge from behind, but that last smoke canister and the lack of time management from Arizona State is going to be the decider of that round, as you could very easily see from the kill cam. But regardless of that, that's going to put it to a 6-2 in Penn State's favor, which is not what you want to see as an Arizona State fan.
Right. Well, they do still have an opportunity to bring it back if they just win 5 rounds in a row. Definitely easier said than done, but it's not like something that we've never seen before here at CEA. So we can't count them out yet. We do see really good plays coming out from both teams. And so who knows?
Yeah, it's definitely possible, if not likely. And I will say it's not too weird to see a team, especially an invite caliber team, take their map pick like this in such a dominating fashion. Arizona State, there's a reason they didn't pick this map, and maybe when we see they're going to Villa next, we might be able to see some more solid play from them. As it's not even that they've been playing bad, it's just that Penn State has been able to play as a team just so much better and link themselves together.
Sure. We do see how PSU is going to be holding up second floor and CEO executive office here. If they win this, they will be just straight up taking up the first map for themselves on their map, as you said. But yeah, it's definitely not rare to see high caliber invite teams taking the maps that they've been dry running and perfecting for weeks now to just take their own map picks really, really hard. And then who knows what we'll see in the next map going into ASU's map pick.
Yeah, because like I said, there's a reason that Arizona State didn't pick Bank, but there's also a reason that Penn State didn't pick Villa. So we might see an entirely different story. We might see Arizona State come out and 7-0 them on Villa. And then we'll have a nice, solid series on our hands as we go to the decider. But first, we got to see Penn State close this out, as Arizona State's still a talented team, and Penn State can't afford to let off the gas here just because they have a slight round buff.
Definitely seen instances of teams getting too cocky and then losing a couple rounds in a row because of that, and the momentum starts shifting. But wow, this is some really good Hibana holes coming out from Racha, making it so that no one can play inside that corner, elevator corner there, or inside elevator unless you want to be completely stuck, which I guess could run out a couple times. They do see that they don't have any ADSs behind these walls that Jaws is trying to bandit trick, but hopefully they'll be able to hold on to these walls. If not, Alex is going to have a really, really easy time at opening up both walls in CEO, and that's going to be really, really detrimental to PSU.
Yeah, Destroyer is going to take a lot of damage over by that janitor closet. I believe through the drone hole from Baka, maybe, or maybe just in the hallway. Regardless, that's not what you want to see, especially with no Doc on the lineup. I believe there was a hole already made by Hibana, maybe, by the square walls, or that might, I think my eyes were just deceiving me. Jaws still has that lockdown with the bandit, and unless we see somebody maybe come from underneath or hit those windows, as we do see them come from underneath at this point, the walls are going to be hard to open. But as I say that, the IQ of Firewall is going to be ready to support their thermite. But despite that, the impact trick is going to get rid of the first exothermic charge. Alex hugging the wall, trying to put it in the area that can't be impact tricked. Not sure if it's going to be successful, but on the other side, Epic is able to get a nice kill over onto the Hibana.
Impact's being faked by Alex as Sinach doesn't know exactly when the exothermic charge was placed, and that's going to be ASU easily opening up that one south side wall in CEO office. He's going to open up the second. Oh, never mind, actually. He's going to find the kill onto Sinacho as his exothermic does get bandit tricked by Firewall here. But 23 seconds left on the clock. PSU is going to have to start making their moves. Not PSU, ASU have to make their moves onto site here. Vij finding the kill into Firewall, but Zerfon quick with the refrags. Oh, doesn't find the kill with the Magnum, but Destroyer kills Baka. Alex finds the head onto Jaws, and it's going to be down to Destroyer here on the 1v1 situation for Zerfon as Alex is downed. He does not see him on the drone there. Oh, he wasn't joining, he was holding it with a pistol. PSU does win the round as Wamai is just laying down in janitors and not really revealing himself. And that's going to be PSU taking up the first map win on their map of Bank. Wow, what a round.
Yeah, really hectic round there at the end. Really well played by the Wamai in the janitor closet to just know that he has the time and the advantage, to say the least, with bomb down in the middle of the desk, and the other player has to push him and has to try and look for that kill. And we will be having, it's likely a little quick break for the teams to get mentally reset. But regardless of that, we're going to be going into Villa for the next map, which could be very, very... It could just go bad, I'm going to be honest, with Arizona State starting on the attack. But before we talk about that, we have some nice little stats for the season for both teams. And we're going to see first the Pennsylvania State University stats, as we're going to see like a lot of interesting stuff that our stats team has put together, plus minus KD, how much they're surviving, what ops they're playing. And just from this, you can sort of see the roles sort of align for each player, as you also see one of the strongest players in Invite, Vij, with a 208 total kills and a plus minus of 89, which is solid just off the bat.
That's an insane plus minus 89. I believe I'm second place on this, but I'm only at like a plus 59 or something like that. So Vij, I've been trying to catch up to his plus minus score for the past several weeks, but I can't. I just give up now. He's too much of a gunner for me. But yeah, we got some really, really good stats coming out from the side from Penn State University here. We do see a really nice even spread of operators on all their cards right here, and it just really goes to show how much they practice these ops that they're playing, that we're seeing in these games, and how much they've been really utilizing these nice team comps that they've been making over time.
Yeah, because as you see, every single operator that they brings a pretty large amount of utility to today's metagame, and it's each player. There's no one who is like even has a really bad KD or anything. You know, the
Oh
lowest one, Epic, is a -19. He's playing Thermite, man. He has a
yeah.
0.45 survival rating. He's playing very, very solid.
He's playing Echo. Like if he's typically like when you're an Echo player, you're the last or the second last player alive, and they're all pushing you if your teams are already dead. If not,
Yeah,
you're supporting them on your yokai. So yeah, like these are still like despite what these numbers might say, there's top of the line players here, and we're really seeing some cream of the crop team play coming out from Penn State.
yeah,
But we
absolutely.
also should look at the away team stats, which are going to be Arizona State University, the Maroon division or the Maroon team, and we do see some really nice stats on here as well.
Yeah, we're gonna almost see Baka not quite matching the insane plus minus from Vidge, but plus 48 is still insane. Almost a kill per round. Very influential player when it comes to strictly gunning. And as you just look across, you sort of see mirrored roles almost. As we're going to see Zerfon and Racha bring some of those soft breach roles, as Alex and Firewall bring some of the more supporty side to this team. As you have to have like a spread of players that are taking all of these roles and playing them to a really high level, which you see both these teams, are able to do.
Yeah, one thing I just like to point out is that we see Baka's favorite attacker being Monty, but we still haven't seen any Monty play yet, despite not being banned. So maybe on their map choice of Villa, we might see some really nice power position plays from Monty. Um, but yeah, definitely some really good operators. Zerfon always digging that Valkyrie. I've seen him make really good use of those Valcams, especially for a map like Villa. I feel like there's really good cams that you can start placing, looking out at the people outside on master bedroom balcony. There's tons and tons of creative places you can put vault cams inside study. Yeah, it's just lots of different things that Arizona State University can start doing here.
Yeah, and when it comes to Valkyrie, it's the only limits are your creativity with how you're going to use those
For
cameras.
sure.
So hopefully we'll see Arizona State. That last map wasn't really indicative of how strong they are as a team, so hopefully they're able to bounce back when we bring it to Villa.
Right. Is there any? Yeah, we're just off the stats now. What are you hoping? What we can go straight into the map choice of Villa. We do see both teams being ready, so we're going to be hopping into that game of Villa very soon. Um, but yeah, Villa. I would say Villa is a very sort of similar map to Bank. It doesn't really see basement being played much, except for just entry or maybe some cheeky roams. But we do see Villa have a lot of vertical play, especially on sites like Kitchen, where it's top down vertical play, or Statuary, where it's bottom up vertical play. And so hopefully, maybe PSU is still within their comfort zones playing that kind of verticality on this sort of map.
Yeah, very interesting map. As it's still one of the newer maps in the CEA map pool, and we have seen it historically been fairly defender sided. So let's see how the Arizona State side, because this is their map pick, but they are attacking, and if Penn State is able to get those defender rounds together quite quickly, they could just ride that momentum out to the end.
Right, for sure. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna go straight into the bans. Um, straight into the ban phase for both PSU and ASU here. I still feel like they might still just go for that Thatcher ban. It's still so good for opening up study walls, for opening up. Oh, never mind. PSU is gonna be bringing Jackal first, but yeah, Thatcher still really good for getting away any of those bandits from master bedroom wall as well. There's a lot of really good uses for him.
And yeah, as we're going to see the second ban, Arizona State is going to remove the Maverick from play rather than the Thatcher. So maybe they have an idea of how Penn State, or excuse me, yeah, I was right. Okay, how Penn State plans on attacking the map itself. And Maverick is very strong when it comes to this site, or this map, excuse me. The second ban, they're going to take a little bit more time to deliberate their choice, but it looks like they will side to get rid of the Mira, which makes sense. Another powerful operator. When people see Miras, they just push from another angle, so it makes sense to get her off the board.
Right. Holding those mirrors in study wall, definitely really strong. Almost strong enough to just ban her off for that one side alone, honestly. But yeah, Echo also going to get banned. That's a different ban from last round, from last map, I mean, as they did see PSU, both teams actually making effective uses of Echo on their team.
Yeah, PSU did elect to ban the Kaid on Bank, and that's a pretty map-dependent ban, as he's specifically there to get rid of those, or to electrify the hatches, excuse me, and there aren't very many hatches that you're going to want to electrify on this map. So Bandit can do the job just fine.
Yeah, for sure. We do see the Gridlock coming out for the first time from Baka here. But yeah, and also the Alibi coming up from C Nacho. That's going to be a pretty interesting pick as they're going, as PSU is opting to go up to Aviator Games Room, which is the default starting site. Oh, we finally see it. I called it. Baka is going to go on to Monty as a 6 pick from Gridlock here.
Yeah, I can definitely see Baka not really bringing the Monty on Bank just because of the sheer amount of utility that you're going to bring to clear out all the defender gadgets. But on Villa, when you have a lot more freedom, I'm very excited to see how he pilots this operator. A very good Monty player. As when you bring Monty, your sort of whole team dynamic switches, because now instead of having the firepower, you just have so much information given from this huge mobile drone that's able to push defenders out of position. And if you have a gun behind him, it's a tank that's just walking at you. There's so little you can do sometimes as a defender. And the lineup brought from the defenders is not very good at countering that Montaigne at all. You have 1 Nitro Cell, 2 Impact Grenades, and maybe those Evil Eyes that can zap him from behind. But other than that, you're not seeing a Smoke, you're not seeing a Lesion. Baka's going to have free reign throughout a lot of this map.
Yeah, definitely Monty has a... I can see it going either 2 ways, or both, really. Monty's really just good at taking full control of Study, but looks like they're going to be opting to use him towards 90 instead, as they're taking it completely from Master Bedroom side, and it doesn't look like PSU fully knows yet, except for C Nacho, who does see the shield on Monty, takes a couple shots at it, but of course, Monty being Monty, nothing happens to him, and... Well, yeah, that's going to be full control of the other side of second floor. Oh, but look at that. Vidge on the flank here doesn't get droned out. See, that drone is not active. Yeah, maybe it's going to find a kill here.
Our beautiful observer, Kazir, highlighted earlier how Vidge had made it all the way downstairs, and now he's going to spring his trap and get 2 nice kills. Really solid roam play from him. And as you see this, the attackers are scrambling now, trying to isolate that Jaeger, but when the Jaeger gets those 2 kills, his team is going to strike to try and defend him. So Vidge goes for another kill, but Alex is going to get the trade frag on his 3 teammates. Unfortunately, loses a lot of his HP in the process, and it seems like Penn State has round pretty solidly in their hands at this point. Baka's going for a play, pushing in, drops his shield, and Epic is going to get the kill. So you can see the Penn State players are feeling themselves after this one, with an absolute shutout from their side. Really solid defense from them.
Right. I feel like Vidge was really... Good question. Yeah, I feel like Vidge was really just on top of his game. Just absolute amount of game sense, knowing exactly what to do. Doesn't even punch out the drone because he doesn't see it active. And is able to just take out both the Zofia and the Thatcher in just a single second. And those are really critical operators for the side of ASU. Like you said, Monty is a tank, but that's only with a gun behind him. And so when he doesn't have a gun behind him and he's trying to push site by himself, he becomes a little bit of a huggable teddy bear if he doesn't have the bomb on him, diffuser going off behind him. And so... yeah, definitely just showing exactly how a good roamer can completely switch things around for the game.
Yeah, we definitely highlighted in Bank about how, as a roamer, your job is to waste time. But when you can pull off effective flanks like that, that's the most efficient way of wasting time, I guess. Getting rid of the attacker's time. So as we move over towards this trophy statuary defense. Pretty drastically different lineup. We're going to see the Kaid and the Goyo brought this time. Goyo, another newer operator, and a fairly controversial one at that, with the amount of utility he brings with his 3 little explosive shields.
10 seconds to go.
We're going to see those set up in defensive positions around the study side, and Destroyer himself is in the closet. Looks like he might... Is he going to run out? Oh, no. Oh, boy.
It's going to be the C4 toss, right?
We'll see. He's looking for it, looking for the shots. Not able to find anyone, and he's just going to fall back.
He doesn't even go for the C4 toss. I'm pretty sure he could have found the kill if he actually did that, and they didn't shoot it out of the air. But yeah, pretty interesting running out confident strategies coming out from PSU here. But it's still just 1-0. This is ASU's map, so I feel like ASU is just starting to rev up their engines on their map, getting some of their confidence back. And yeah, look at Raka just starting to already take control of study, making sure that their roamers on PSU doesn't have too much breathing room.
Yeah, and as you see the players of ASU start to try to get their confidence back, you can see the confidence out of these Penn State players. They're taking all of their fights, not winning every single one, as we're going to see Destroyer fragged out by Zerfon, but they're just so confident, so solid with their gunplay right now, that Arizona State is going to have to pull themselves together to start to try to get this round win and this map win.
Bomb located
Sure.
by attackers.
I will remind...
Go for it.
Oh, yeah, I will remind our viewers that it is a single elimination playoff, so if once you lose your 2 maps, you're gone. ASU has to win this map in order to try and stay in the tournament itself.
Oh!
They're just going to get
wow.
another frag onto Baka from behind, and it's just falling apart. Arizona State isn't even able to take and secure the map control in order to get themselves foothold in the map.
They do open up that master bedroom wall, however, so that's a little bit of a saving grace for ASU. It's still a 3v4, perfectly winnable for ASU. They still have time, a minute. They're using out that time to drone and to hold these angles as Zerfon finds another kill into Jaws, and it's going to even it out for both teams here.
Yeah, it's a really good
entry. Around.
Secures a lot of statue, but as I say that, Zerfon is down in the corner. Looks to withstand himself by that statue as his teammates try to pre-fire and shoot some bullets to cover him. He's able to get himself back up, get into the corner, but Vidge tacks on a second for the round, punches out the plant to try and hide in that corner, and it's up to Alex and Firewall, the solid support players from Arizona State, to claw themselves out of this deficit.
20 seconds left on the clock. It's not looking too good from ASU. C-Nacho still downstairs waiting for that little push towards bomb site. He's going to be opening up a little more with his bailiff. And that's just going to be... I feel like it's not looking too good for ASU here. Just aggressively pushing on the site. Epic does find the kill into Firewall and turns around to find a second kill into Alex, closing out the round for PSU with a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, the guys from PSU, they're feeling themselves at this point. You can tell by the way they're playing, the way they're shooting dead bodies. It's gonna take a lot for Arizona State to stop this momentum and turn it into their own. And at this point, you have to mentally reset and understand that there's a reason that you're in the playoffs right now, and that's because you're a solid team.
Right.
And Arizona State is definitely good enough to put up a performance better than this. So we'll see if they're able to bring it together and start to claw these rounds.
Yeah, it's still a 2-0. We're gonna see PSU go onto that kitchen dining room site, which is definitely not a favorite site of any team, I would say. And so we're gonna see how they're going to be holding that. We see a Valk 6-pick onto Warden. Definitely not a common 6-pick or an operator that we see often, but definitely an interesting one at that. But once we finish this round and PSU starts going back to their other 2 sites that they've shown ASU how they play it, I feel like ASU will start doing even better and better as the game progresses. Building as soon as they start getting a win and building up that momentum, I feel like everything's back on the table for ASU.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to make it seem like I think Arizona State is out of this map just yet. definitely a lot of games still to be played, especially with the defender-sided maps such as Villa. But we'll see if they're able to make these
10 seconds left
adaptations
before insertion.
and see if they can stop Penn State from being one step ahead of them when it comes to their site holds.
Yeah, for sure. That's some interesting Goyo placements coming out just very deep into laundry there, but that is going to make it so that you can't run past it, I believe. He set it up so that you have to vault over it. That's going to make it really difficult for ASU to go through laundry unless they take out that shield.
Yeah, really good Evil Eye placement as well, giving him nice cover, or nice coverage of the sort of default plant area by that laundry entrance,
Bomb located
as well
by
as not
defender.
being easily Zofia-able from the laundry side itself.
Yeah, Zofia as a verb, definitely. Definitely a good usage of English. Yeah, R6 tends to do that.
Yeah,
we're gonna
you
see.
make your own terms and hope it works.
That's true. A minute already left. Already passed through. Looks like they brought the Goyo shield back and put it onto the wall, to the whole inside, onto the the door frame of the laundry. And yeah, wow, it looks like ASU slowly starting to take control of the second floor, which is really, really crucial for them, as they can take out all the gadgets from upstairs, exactly what Zerfon is doing right now, giving his team crucial information. But looks like Destroyer is not going to be taking that completely unopposed.
Yeah, we're going to see when you're trying to take the laundry and kitchen site, it's the vertical control that is the most important. Able to get those site holds to push the defenders out of their solid anchor positions in those bomb sites. But as we see that, Vidge, finally his reign of terror across the map will be stopped without him getting a kill this time. As Ratchet is showing that Arizona State is not going down without a fight, as Zerfon tags on from the other side and gets another as well. Quick two-piece for him. It's left up to Jaws and Sinacho. Jaws fighting in the memorial room is going to find himself taken out, and now it's Sinacho, the 1v5, pops both the Goyo shields to try and give himself some sort of cover. You see flashes coming down around him. Gonna turn on his glasses.
Operator.
Start to hold the angle. Pops the last Goyo, but it's gonna be Zerfon picking up a 3K as he flies in, and that's a flawless round from Arizona State.
Wow, yeah, that's definitely the type of round that we wanted to see from ASU to start bringing that momentum back around. Yeah, very interesting that Warden, definitely the good operator to stop those flashes, but as soon as I said that, he gets concussed by Zofia. Definitely not something that you can stop with the smart glasses, as his mouse suddenly becomes harder to move.
Yeah, you definitely, there are some complaints about your sensitivity in Zofia concusses, but we won't get into that now.
That's a whole stream.
Yeah, that's a can of worms I don't want to open. And as we continue, that's nice to show that Arizona State still has some fight left in them, but we are going to be headed back to the Aviator Games room. This time, they will not be bringing the Monty off the rip, and it's going to be another pretty standard lineup. Actually, the exact same lineup that they brought last round. So maybe this is how they feel they can crack open the side of Penn State.
Yeah, for sure. ASU was definitely just winning all of their gunfights. Of course, having that sort of vertical top-down approach at that gave them a little bit of an advantage, being able to just hit heads much more efficiently than people shooting from down up. But yeah, ASU definitely looking to bring this back. They're going to be sticking to their guns, especially without Monty. They're going to have an extra gun on their roster, as hopefully we see them winning their gunfights a little more readily here.
Yeah, we're going to see, I believe, pretty much the same setup from the side of Penn State. A little bit of operator switch up, but when it comes to the utility usage and reinforcements, it's pretty simple. You see the standard Evil Eye is just to watch as much information as they can. You see one Valk Cam already being called out by the side of Zerfon. Good use of that IQ scanner. Vidge is lurking around that bathroom, though, waiting for a drone to shoot as he starts to aggress That's an early C4, I
Oh.
believe, but Vidge gets one kill, but it's quickly refragged. However, that's the Zofia. You trade a Zofia for a Jaeger, you take that trade every day of the week. Still a pretty solid job from Vidge.
Yeah, for sure. Taking Vidge off the map is exactly what we saw early on last round, and I feel like that's a really defining factor on how ASU was able to quickly get that round win as Vidge was off the map. There's no more flanking pressure coming out from PSU, and ASU is just given free roam to take all the angles that they're comfortable holding.
The thing is, when we talk about Penn State roamers, I don't think it's fair to not mention C Nacho as well. He's been playing a lot of operators, and right now he is underneath with that Valkyrie, looking to try and apply as much pressure as he can to the back of Arizona State. We're going to see some shots taken towards that deployable shield, but right now, there's nothing to destroy that deployable shield with. You lost your Zofia off the beginning, and now Destroyer, knowing that, is able to freely take these gunfights without fear of his defenses being ripped away in front of him.
Right, for sure. A C4 coming out, but doesn't do any damage? Wow, that was interesting. Yeah, C Nacho finding the kill onto Alex there. It's going to even it out to a 3v3. I don't think he knows that there's a person directly on the left side, but he does find a kill onto C Nacho as Zerfon quickly makes it a 2v2 again, as Jaws did just take out the guy at 90 by aggressively pushing forward.
Zerfon has started to make his way towards the bomb site. He's getting pinged out by the Evil Eyes. About half HP. He's been playing very well in these last few rounds, getting a lot of kills for his team and that momentum his team needs. Dodge is looking on the flank. I believe there's an air jab in that hallway on a lamp that will catch him if he pushes all the way up. 30 seconds left, and it looks like the attackers of Arizona State are going to try to go for this execute fairly soon. Flashes in from Alex, and an air jab being put up as well. Zerfon goes for the plant behind the door with Baka covering him. He's going to turn, and Jaws is going to win the fight as Epic wins his on the other side. Good try for the two, but the 2v2 comes out in favor of Penn State.
Wow, what a beautifully placed Evil Eye. I actually never... I never would think to place an Evil Eye there, but that just makes it so hard for the attacking side to start planting in default when you're literally planting on top of an Evil Eye shooting up at you. And it's even harder for your teammates to shoot it out for you because they would have to, shoot between both of your arms that are planting and both of your legs as you're crouched down. And so I feel like that was a great Evil Eye placement from Epic, and just really good coordination between Jaws and Epic as they're both clinching onto the two people trying to plant.
Yeah, Penn State itself has been doing a very, very good job with their team. They all know exactly where to put this utility in a very effective hold. And we're going to see them return to Trophy with that similar lineup. Not going to bring the Goyo this time, which is what we saw, but Wamai is going to bring them at least one shield as well as those frisbees to catch those grenades. So we'll see how they switch up their setup without that Goyo.
Last time we saw Baka 6-pick the Gridlock onto Monty, but this time it looks like he's going to be sticking onto it. Gridlock definitely a really good operator for a roam strong team, not a roam heavy, but like a strong roaming team like PSU with both Vidge and C Nacho, like you mentioned, as really effective roamers on the side of Penn State. Baka can definitely slow those people down and give a lot of sound cues, as Vidge has been taking out these Grismont mines by either auto attacking, by hitting it with his melee attack, or with his pistol. So that's definitely a lot of time and sound cues that ASU has before they get flanked by really good roamers like C Nacho and Vidge.
Yeah, and we are going to see pretty similar holds and at least positions when it comes to the defenders. Vidge is looking for that aggressive peek, but doesn't seem like anyone's going to enter his line of sight off the bat, as the attackers are moving in from the same spots they did last time. A couple come in from the study side, and the rest start to take either underneath or that master bedroom side itself. Zerfon droning in already. Not going to find any of the roamers yet, as it's Destroyer, C Nacho, and Vidge who are going to be the first points of contention. Things come down, as it seems like they know with Zerfon. While there was intel on his location, but Vidge isn't able to win the fight. That doesn't matter, as Jaws has the Han Solo pistol from the other side of the map, and he's going to take a nice shot to take out that IQ.
Wow. But yeah, Jaws has been repeatedly peeking things with just his Magnum, with this Han Solo pistol, like you said. But he's been doing great. Like, who needs an AUG when you can land headshots with that ACOG pistol?
Yeah, fair enough from Jaws. That pistol is definitely really hard to use, so more power to him. He goes back to holding a pretty passive angle from Statue, as we're going to see Alex start to get that master wall open. Looks like the side of Arizona State, after taking that 1-for-1, is going to back up and start to do some droning. I will say Zerfon has been one of the main catalysts of Arizona State aggression and kills, so losing him off the beginning could be bad for their team itself. Baka on the other side is going to take down Jaws. No more Han Solo pistol in the side of the opponents. And it's looking like Arizona State is starting to pinch towards the site with a minute left.
Oh, they do see C-Nacho run across from the bottom side. It's going to make it so that they do know exactly where every single player on PSU is. But it does get taken down to a 3v3 with 50 seconds left. Things are looking good for ASU, but they're going to have that utility and the gunpowder to just close out the round. And as I say that, Baka does take a headshot finds a headshot onto C-Nacho. And Viral finding the second one. Gonna almost shoot down the second one. Epic, take him down. It's gonna be a 1v1 as ASU wins. Oh, thank God. That was such a close round.
Yeah, ASU, that's Alex with a nice kill onto Epic as he was looking for the final kill. Maybe he thought the one around the corner was the planter that he had killed, but regardless, it was a solid effort from both teams to try and take that round. But Arizona State winning that round on Trophy Statuary could prove very crucial, as you're typically going to see 4-2 scorelines for when it comes to attacking and defending on Villa. And with their 2 rounds already, if they can bring it to 3-3, especially on their map pick, Arizona State stands a high chance of taking this map.
Right. I feel like they're really doing a great job at adapting. They've definitely got to see how PSU holds these sites, and they've definitely making a really good way of abusing that, taking that gridlock and making sure that C-Nacho was just completely unable to run up red stairs was also super crucial for them.
Yeah, very, very solid flank watch from Baka, able to get some of these people who are aiming to be annoying, but they ran into the gridlock itself. So we're going to see a slightly different lineup with Destroyer flexing from first the Goyo to the Wamai and now to the Legion. Nerfed Legion in respect to the majority of the CEA season. And we'll see how he's able to pilot this operator.
Sure. We do see, yeah, like you said, Legion is coming out from the side of from PSU. Definitely going to slow down how ASU is going to be attacking, and I feel like that's going to be really, really, really crucial. ASU has been, cutting it really close the past couple rounds. Oh, he does see the drone, doesn't get the dig shot on it. But yeah, ASU has been coming pretty close to losing these rounds because of time. And I feel like PSU is starting to catch on to that and bringing other operators like Destroyer on Legion and C-Nacho on Valk is going to take even more time as ASU is struggling to find where all these things are. And I say struggling, but Zerfon finds it right away with his IQ gadget.
Yeah, we're going to see C-Nacho with that pre-placed C4 ready to see if he can get, I believe, a kill in study. So we'll see. He's not going to watch the cam right now. Maybe one of his teammates has their eyes on that. But Zerfon shoots the camera immediately, and he's going to see eyes on the C4 and get rid of that as well. Good attempt by C-Nacho, but he's not able to turn that into a kill through nice droning and intel gathering from the side of Arizona State. As 2 minutes left in the round, they've started to solidly take this map control with a lot more confidence just in their movements and dronings than from these early rounds. It's starting to show that they know that they can take this map and bring us to a map 3.
For sure. A minute 20 already left off the clock, and it looks like ASU is going to be taking a pretty standard approach at taking the site. They're gonna run into a little bit of resistance here coming from C Nacho. They did completely clear out stairs. What am I saying? Not red stairs, main stairs. Into Aviator and into Study. But I don't think they know that C Nacho is holding it this close and landing.
Yeah, he's managed to sneak up to a nice little rat angle. Does seem like he's been droned out, and he's going to run straight into the gun of Racha, who's holding the angle. And I'm going to see Vidge try to creep around without giving an audio cue, but unfortunately takes a little bit of damage from that gridlock, punches the drone. But he is on the flank right now. However, on site, Firel's able to find the kill onto Jaws, and seems like Arizona State is starting to find the momentum and find the ability to pinch this bomb site. This is going to come down to if Vidge is able to find those kills on the flank, and there's one. 40 seconds left for Arizona State to find their way onto the bomb site. Angles are being held, but the defenders aren't giving them anything with any aggressive peeks. Epic is just waiting for the push, as is Destroyer from the other side. Vidge is waiting by the default spot all the way in plane, as the side of Arizona State is starting to stall out, not able to push all the way into the side yet. Destroyer gets a nice shot onto Racha. He gets a second one over towards Study as he's refragged by Baka. Baka looks for the kill, but he's not able to get it on Vidge, and it's just down to Firel in a 1v2, and he is killed by Epic over on the side. A heartbreaking loss with Arizona State finding those 2 picks, but not able to turn it into a successful round win.
Yeah, that's definitely very, very heartbreaking. ASU should have. I think ASU should have had that in the bag there with the man lead. They could have. I feel like the last couple 10 seconds that they spent stalling, trying to completely drone out the site instead of just going for it and going for the gunfights, is what really harmed them. As Vidge was given the precious time to just flank all the way around. Beat up the track stingers with his hands, and also just walk all the way into Study and find the kill. I feel like that is just that kind of time management that ASU has been a little lacking on, that Vidge has been taking full control over and just really just taking his sweet time and flanking and finding those kills for his team.
Absolutely. The duo of C Nacho Vidge, even when one has a sort of lackluster round, you're seeing the other one pick it up the slack, as well as the 3 more anchor-suited players with Epic, Destroyer. They're sort of able to solidly hold it down and give their roamers the ability to work around the map. But now we're going to see Arizona State. It's their turn to defend on their map pick. So if we're going to start to see any sort of comeback, it's going to have to be starting with this round. I'm going to go towards Trophy, which is not the weirdest thing. Both Aviator Games and Trophy Statuary are the sort of top 2 that you often see flexed around depending on the team's comfort with defending. And another pretty standard lineup, which I believe the exact same lineup that Penn State brought last round on their defending half, so nothing too crazy off the bat.
Yeah, for sure. Both teams opting to bring pretty similar operator choices. I think the only big difference here is Destroyer bringing Buck, and that's going to give a little bit more verticality, or a lot of bit more vertical play coming out from Penn State University, as they're really just sprinting to start taking map control here. Definitely, 4-2 is definitely not a bad score line for a map like Villa, especially on their map choice. I feel like ASU does have a lot of good opportunities to bring this back for their favor.
Yeah, and we're going to see already some nice angles held. Not necessarily the angles you see held in rank, but as I say that, Zerfon on the roam, that's pretty smart, both smart play from the roamer as well as improper droning from the attacker, as they're able to get a nice kill off the bat. On the other side, map control is being taken in that Study corner.
Yeah, for sure. That's Buck off the side of PSU. It's gonna make it really hard. Good impact tricks. Oh, never mind. Not close enough, as the wall is going to get opened up as Alex does get shot down from the breach hole, but he's not going to be out completely yet. But I'm not sure if his teammates will be in a position to pick him up, as it is completely open. But oh, come on, get over here. Making a little gesture for
what are you
Alex.
doing crawling into the open? Get back into cover.
Yeah, that's gonna put Alex back on the map, as it's going to make it a 45 again for the side of ASU. It's not looking too good for PSU here, but Vig is trying to make a difference here as he's trying to find. He does spot out on the drone, where Zerfon is holding that C4 in his hands, but
Yeah,
hopefully. Yeah,
If
go for
you
it.
want to look towards executing, you're going to have to get rid of the C4 in the
Oh.
hands of the attackers. Vig is able to get Raja off the drop, looks for the fight, not able to find the kill on the Valkyrie just yet, whips out the pistol, and is able to get it, but Baka drops and gets him from behind, and this puts us in a 2v3 with 50 seconds left. Alex is one bullet away from death. There is a very small amount of utility left for this execute, other than the flashbangs in the hands of Epic, as well as the guns in the hands of the attackers, as they're going to be running into Legion Mines and Maestro Cams with only 30 seconds left. All the defenders have sort of fallen back into these off angles, and they're just waiting for the attackers to come for them.
Yeah, that's a really, really smart play coming up from ASU. You never have to aggressively peek. Take your advantages. What Baka's doing right now is perfect. He's just making it so that they have to start pushing out of their comfort zones, start stepping onto the goose, and that's exactly what they're doing. Firewall finds a kill onto Epic, and the last person to see Nacho is going to get taken down by an impact nade. They know exactly where he is, and they know he's not going far because he has a goo mine stuck in his leg. Pokeball, let's go.
Arizona State's starting to show why this is their map pick. With the last 4-ish rounds have been very, very solidly played by them. And now we're going to see them go towards Aviator Games and switch up their lineup just a little bit to bring a different strat. And while we are going to see another switch up, at least before the 6-pick phase, from the side of Penn State, with C Nacho opting to bring the Ash. He's decided it's time for him to burn some utility and then just frag out.
Right. I feel like with Destroyer getting taken down very early on into the round last round, C-Nacho or maybe Vig is going to start playing in a pair and start refragging for them, because I feel like that was a really big turning point at the beginning of the round that just really gave ASU that much just power to just play as aggressively as they did refragging. We saw some really good refragging coming up from Baka as he jumped down in order to get the refrag on Vig, and plays like that with really good communication is really what helps ASU get back on the board here.
Especially if the side of Penn State is able to refrag onto Zerfon, who's right now the I don't want to say sole performer from Arizona State, but he's definitely performing the best right now. Slowing him down would be very, very influential to the course of the round, especially with taking a C4 out of the hands of the defenders.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty standard operators coming out from both sides, if we haven't touched upon that already. But yeah, I feel like ASU is slowly starting to bring it back together. Definitely a really good Valcam spot. Oh, he's opting to shoot it out, actually. I've seen a lot of people just not opt to shoot out that speaker, so that it's even harder to see from that side where the attackers enter.
Yeah, it seems like Zerfon wants that little bit extra vision, as there is no IQ, so not so much the Valcam's going to be obvious, but most solid teams, especially invite caliber teams, will know the common corners you'll see Valcams, so not sure how long that one's going to stay alive. Regardless, we're going to see the attackers start to try and take that map control to the best of their ability, starting to move in towards the study. Destroyer's already underneath, prepping these frag grenades. Toss them up. Not going to find anything yet. That's a common spot for defenders to sit and for attackers to frag grenade over in that vault corner.
Especially with the shrapnel changes to C4s and frag grenades, that would have still damaged the person's droning or watching cams on top of the indestructible cabinet. So that kind of adaptation as even game patches come out on a day-to-day basis is something that really is showing how PSU is doing a fantastic job at maintaining their power, just their dominance in Rainbow Six right now.
Yeah, you do see this from just solid teams in general, solid players. all of this adaptation is what makes Rainbow Six Siege Rainbow Six. It's just the way you use your utility in order to change the way the game is played. And speaking of utility usage, we're going to see Penn State, with over a minute left on the clock, already get that study wall open. And over a minute on the clock, Vidge is going to get the first kill on Firol, who's playing that Maestro anchor role, which is very, very solid. Those Eagle Eyes are now locked in place. Over a minute left on the clock.
Ooh. 2 kills coming out from ASU. Both of them headshots as Destroyer and Vidge. Really top gunners getting killed early on from PSU's side. And there's no refrag. So it's going to make it a 3v4 actually. Zerfon is still sitting at 1 HP in a very, very expectable spot there. And so 30 seconds left on the clock. PSU is going to have to start making a move as they're droning up the site finally. They see that no one is in bar. A tiny holographic going for the move here. Oh, bad timing with the frag grenade as he pulls it out but gets peeked by 90 at the exact same time. And Raka finding the kill. Jaws being the last person alive, going into the site, trying to plant, but it's going to be a 3v1. There's no way he's going to get this plant. He does have a little time to play with, but no, Baka is going to find the kill onto Jaws, and it's going to even out the scoreline for ASU for a 4-4 scoreline.
Yeah, ASU is starting to fight back, and it's starting to show how close these teams really are when it comes to the different map picks. As Bank, we'll call that one an anomaly off the bat, as these teams fighting close, this is what you expect from invite teams.
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe we're going to see some switch-ups coming up from PSU because clearly their attack side isn't as strong as they were on Bank there, and so hopefully we get to see a little bit of playstyle changes. I don't think what they've been doing the past 2 rounds has been working for them.
Yeah. Now, Penn State, it's definitely a hard map to attack, so it's not like crazy that they're struggling, especially on their opponent's map pick. But right now, it's not looking. It's looking disconnected, not close to how they're playing on Bank, attack or defense, or their defensive half on Villa. So hopefully, the side of Penn State is able to make these adjustments that we need to see.
Yeah, for sure. But going on to the kitchen side now, where PSU wasn't able to win this side either. Hopefully ASU is going to find some sort of workaround into holding this site. This is a notoriously hard site to hold, and PSU's downfall was not being able to take control of the second floor properly and just giving ASU complete free reign of being able to shoot down upon the PSU players. But maybe ASU is going to hold it a little differently, or maybe they're going to fall to the same vices that Penn State had. Who knows?
Yeah, hopefully we see a little bit of adaptation from the side of Arizona State, as this is their map pick, so they should be able to... I can't really find the words. They should be able to take the site more efficiently than than Penn State was able to, excuse me.
Right, for sure. Yeah, we see a pretty standard take from PSU, taking a book out of ASU, ASU's strat book here, and then, we do see Raka being pushed out of basement as he gets droned out. But yeah, the rest of PSU's team is completely taking control of second floor master bedroom. It didn't even take a minute for the entire team to be up there, and I think they're making really good time progress on this.
Yeah, definitely exactly what you need to see when it comes from the side of Arizona State, as they need to be able to bounce back and find the frags when they need to.
Attackers located a bomb.
For sure. Oh, Zerfon finally getting pushed off of second floor. I believe that was the only bit of resistance that ASU had on the second floor, and it's already gone. Destroyer and Vidge and C-Nacho, all really good operators at blowing up soft floors. That's exactly what they're going to start doing. We see the holes opening up in the ceilings here, as Raka does find the first kill onto C-Nacho, and that's going to be Ash off the board. No more 3 speeds coming from PSU.
Yeah, we're gonna hope that the side of Penn State can start to find their footing when they're attacking, because it seems like they're almost lost at this point. Arizona State's doing everything right.
Especially for a site like Kitchen, I feel like it would be pretty simple to push, to just do power pushes that PSU has been showing in the past game, and this map as well as the last. But it's, yeah, like you said, I feel like PSU is trying to find their footing a little as after Sinacho went down. 40 seconds left on the clock. Raka is still alive and hopefully looking to swing around that corner. And yeah, the ceiling is just completely gone. There's no way you can find a place that you're going to be safe for at least longer than the second. And oh, that's going to be Zerfon taken off the board with an aggressive peek into Laundry. Raka being able to find the kill into Vidge from behind, and the calls are being made. They know exactly where to look, but he's not going to contest it. Destroyer looking to go inside up main hall, into Memorial from main hallway, but getting shot down from the back by Raka in the back through the wall. No one expects that. 4 seconds left on the clock, and Epic is going to have to stick it, but no. Time is going down, and Jaws is going to be the last person on the team alive as ASU wins the round for finally swinging the game in their favor, 5-4.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I believe this is the first time that Arizona State has had a lead in this entire series.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely a really crucial round coming out from ASU. They've done a fantastic job at, holding down the site despite the entire roof being torn over their heads, and they were just able to find those really crucial frags. Raka being able to play a great roam, clearing out Vidge as well as Destroyer through the wall, and that just shows really clear communication. That just shows really good game sense. And so I feel like ASU is finally getting fully revved up.
Yeah, it's clear that they're starting to feel themselves, starting to find themselves in this momentum. And along with that, they're starting to play the map better than we did see them play Bank. And being able to use these angles that we're seeing, the pre-fires through the walls that we saw last round, it's starting to look in their favor finally for the first time tonight.
Yeah, for sure. ASU definitely bring it back. They're going to be sticking to their guns here with Baka holding on to that Legion, Zerfon holding on to that Valk. That utility does come out to be really good for ASU, especially when PSU does not have a IQ. They haven't been bringing an IQ for the past several rounds. I feel like that's a result of their being a little too confident with their gunplay, and I feel like that's being challenged right now by ASU.
Yeah, ASU definitely playing the intel game to perfection, as you said. And hopefully Penn State now, on the back foot, able to bring these adjustments in. Because, as we said before, adjustments and these adaptations are the most important part of Rainbow. And right now, at least for this round, Penn State's not going to bring anything too different.
Yeah, for sure.
Moving into the site, into the map here, just taking the normal map control that you see most teams take coming in from the study side, maybe put some flank drones up behind them, and then start to move towards pinching the statue bomb site.
Oh, for sure. Taking out these default cams, PSU is going to be quick to take control of second floor, as well as covering up their stairs, which are going to be super crucial for cutting off these roamers. Roamers, just like Zerfon, is getting droned back and forth. He does finally get it, but he is causing quite a stir for PSU. I say that, but Vidge has got to find the kill onto Raka, and that's going to be Jaeger off the board. It's a really good gun.
Now, Zerfon all the way at the bottom of the stairs in that basement. He's going to be looking to try to make his move now. As one of the roamers is gone, you're going to need the next one to start to step up and make his presence known. Penn State has kind of stalled out outside of the site itself, but as I say that, Vidge pushes in and gets a TCSG to the face as Alex is able to get a frag to bring the man count back to even. See Nacho jumping in as it seems like there's two players sort of hunting each other down here on the middle floor. Zerfon getting prepped with the C4 to try and deny plant as he's getting calls from his teammates looking for where to place it. Not able to find a spot just yet as Penn State starts to pinch towards the site even closer.
Oh, Baka does find a headshot onto Destroyer, and it's going to make it a 3v4 with no refrags coming out. Zerfon's still downstairs with the info, with the C4. Oh, looks like he used it already, actually. He's going to be coming back up towards Astro Stairs, I believe, or Red Stairs. This is looking worse and worse for PSU, as if they lose this round, it's going to be match point for ASU.
Yeah, they're all stacked up outside these doorways, just hoping for a defending head to peek out. They can maybe take off. Zerfon is going to get a C4 kill from underneath onto Jaws, and that just puts so much more pressure on. Alex is able to get epic, but Sinacho refrags it onto Baka. He has a goo in his foot. He's just looking for any option, and Alex with the 3-piece going to close out that round.
Just limping across trophy here. Alex in the perfect spot to find that out. Oh, that was a headshot. Wow. Yeah, ASU doing a great job at using their utility. Even the goo mines coming into just perfect work here as it's slowing down the push from PSU. Getting those early refrags and early kills onto players like Vidge is proving to be super, super detrimental for PSU, as it really just shuts down their momentum. And it feels like at a certain point, they just don't know what to do, as they're stuck in places like the hallway outside of Trophy.
Yeah, at that point, they maybe have run out of drones, but they're just like, they're not able to get the information they need to make aggressive plays into the site. And when that happens, you just have to hope for the defenders to make a mistake. And Arizona State is playing super solidly and not giving them that chance just yet.
Yep, for sure. It looks like PSU is still sticking to their guns, quite literally, as no IQ is still coming out. But we do see very similar lineups coming from both sides.
Yep.
So I feel like this is still PSU saying, no, those last couple of rounds might have just been a fluke. We still are definitely confident in how we can play this map.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong about sticking with your guns, but at some point, you will need to make changes. And that might be the next map when it comes to Penn State right now, because with the way our overtime rules have shifted a little bit to accommodate for playoffs, instead of there being a tie at 6, if both teams reach 6-6, it'll be a best-of-3 overtime. So whoever would reach 8 at that point would then be able to get the map win. But for us to reach that point, Penn State is going to have to step up a little bit and take these last 2 rounds. And it's not looked too great for them so far. So see if they can push us to that overtime.
Yeah, for sure. You see some initial shots going out. Default Chems getting taken down. Quite the normal push here. ASU is able to hold such a strong site for the last round. Oh, and I say that Zerfon finds the head of Vidge, and that's not going to feel good for PSU. That's going to be one of their star player off the map already.
Where did he go down? I can't even tell.
Oh,
I
thought it was towards main door lobby.
Well, Zafia's gone, I guess. Zerfon is
Yeah.
a madman. But
Zerfon is a madman. I feel like those kind of kills are like really what is bringing ASU back.
yeah, Zerfon is playing insane right now.
Oh, maybe it was that.
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but still, we're going to see Penn State start to fight back as Zerfon is taken down from a frag grade from underneath. Destroyer starting to put more and more holes in the floor, looking for any defending feat that he can maybe put some bullets into. Now, there were some changes, as you mentioned earlier, to the frag grenades, so you have to be a little bit more careful with how you're placing them from underneath. Maybe he's able to yuck them through the holes he makes and get some nice, easy kills with the next one.
Right, for sure. Oh, those holes along the floor, all along Classical, is also going to definitely make it hard for PSU to start attacking. Any defender on the bottom side here is going to be able to take it out, but it looks like no one's down there as they were flushed out by Destroyer. Finally, the study wall is going to get opened up, and that's going to be bar being accessible for Penn State University. With a minute left on the clock, they're going to have to get a game plan together. It's still a 4v4.
Attackers have located a bomb.
And we're going to see Sinacho use his Ash Charge to take out that Feeble Eye. Good usage of his utility. And
Ooh.
on the other side, Jaws is going to get a frag, and he is in behind the bar, and Sinacho is going to get another one, as we're going to see the cross over to the bar. Alex gets one, but he's not able to deal with Sinacho on that flank. And a quick flurry of kills is going to end up in a round win for PSU, bring this all the way to the 12 rounds and maybe to the overtime.
Wow. Yeah, that was a really, really good round. A very much needed round for PSU. They're still in it. If they just win 2 more rounds, they would take this game and the series, taking both of the maps 2-0. But yeah, that was a really good round for Penn State, with a lot of really good teamwork and angles coming out. No one expected Jaws to be behind bar. No one expected Nacho to be constantly holding that angle from study, looking into vault. And with all of these factors coming into play, it made it so difficult for ASU to know exactly where they're getting attacked from.
Yeah, and that was just Penn State having that execute workout to perfection. And now we're going to see the return to Dining Room Kitchen, which is definitely a bold play, as I believe Aviator Games is still up. They did just lose on that, so not the weirdest thing to go down to the dining room, but right now, Arizona State is doubling down on the fact that this is our map pick. We're going to go to the offsite, and we're going to take it because we're just that good.
Oh, yeah. This is a little bit of confidence coming out from ASU. They just need to win 1 more round, and they're going to go into the 3rd map. I believe the 3rd map is a Consulate, which is definitely good. Yeah,
yes.
Really interesting map. We don't see Consulate being played too much. It's a lot of really tight window play, and that's just a completely different skill set than what a lot of these players are bringing.
Yeah, not to say they can't be good repel players, obviously.
Sure,
but
I'm a terrible repel player.
Oh yeah, same. Don't put me in Consulate. I hate it. But regardless of that, first Arizona State has to win this round here in order to take us to Consulate. Because if Penn State can win this one, it's all up in the air. And
for sure,
we're gonna see another pretty standard take towards this bomb site. They're starting to grab their drones, and they're going to start to head upstairs and make as many holes in the floor as they physically can. Because they have a lot of things to do that. They have Ash Charges if you really want to, the Sledgehammer, of course. Vidge has a shotgun that he's bringing as a secondary. There's just so many ways to make these holes and flush out the anchors of Arizona State that are playing underneath.
If they go really balls to the walls, they can put an exothermic on the ground.
Ooh, I like the way you think.
Definitely not recommend. You can shoot those out from bottom up as a defender if that ever happens in your ranked fiestas. But fast C4 is coming. Oh my god, it does find the kill onto the destroyer, and that's gonna be the sledge gone. That's gonna be the most destructive capability gone. And so now all they have left is Vidge's super shorty and C Nacho's main gadget, and that's gonna pale in comparison to how many holes in the ground Sledge can make with his sledgehammer. And so, wow, a minute 30 left on the clock. It's going to be looking a little good for ASU here off the bat.
And all that is based off of that intel that they're able to get from those Valkyrie cams. As we saw Zerfon looking on it a little bit as it's up in the rafters above Trophy, we're already seeing more C4s being prepared as both Mute and Kaid still have theirs in their hands.
Yeah, for sure. Still lots and lots of good utility coming up from ASU. It's looking better and better as the round progresses because it feels like PSU is stalling a little bit. But as I say that, Laundry is being opened. Firewall got us C4'd out completely, but there's no one there in the room.
It gets the drone, but not the drone wielder, unfortunately. A little less than a minute left, and a 4v5 for the side of Penn State. Desperately want to close out. Not close out, but bring the map to overtime right now. While Arizona State desperately needs this to keep their playoff hopes alive. We're going to see a little bit of utility used to start to try and push in as those flashbangs come in. Vidge is able to get a kill from above onto Alex, throwing those tracks down into the memorial room itself. Epic gets 1 kill through the breach hole as things start to look worse and worse for Arizona State. You have two players trapped in the kitchen with a nice angle held on them. Racha is going to swing in.
Oh,
There's a TK on C-Notch onto Epic. And we're going to see Racha start to shoot those pre-fires from the wall. Jaws is getting the plant down, and it seems like they're unable to stop it so far. Vidge gets one, but it's down in response. Jaws prone on the ground, and he's going to be down, and that is going to be the win, it seems like, towards Arizona State, as Zerfon gets the final kill with his Deagle to bring it to a 3K, and to bring us to map 3 on Consulate.
What a round, actually, coming out from ASU. That was some really clutch play, a clutch map coming out from ASU. Starting off the first half with a 2-4 in favor of PSU, but ending it out with the 7-5. That's going to feel really good for ASU here.
And now we're going to be going to this third map. Consulate is, as you said, very, very different than these two. So we could see 7-0s, we could see 8-7s. Very, very excited to see what these teams bring to us. It does seem like we might be seeing a substitution from the side of Arizona State, judging by what they're telling us in the lobby, but up till it's officially announced, we won't speculate just yet.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a strong showing coming from ASU. Definitely showing us why not Bank, what am I saying? Villa was their map choice, and it definitely showed in how they were able to defend the map. On defense, they were just way more coordinated than they were on Bank, and they just really pulled through.
Yeah, it seems like when, obviously, like, the invite teams, very solid, they play together a lot, but when it comes down to it, like, these are collegiate teams. They're not able to dry run and play every single map like the pro league teams are. So it makes sense that their bank was a little bit less polished than every other site. Or than the map we saw, excuse me. But yes,
Sure.
looks like we will be seeing a substitution. Unfortunately, Racha will be being subbed out for, we don't know yet, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. He was a very solid performer from the side of Arizona State. Zerfon has definitely been performing the best, while the other players are still performing fairly well. And we'll see if there is a player that is able to step up and fill Racha's shoes after we get into the third map.
For sure, yeah. Consulate, again, all three of these maps have just so much vertical control. I feel like a little bit of a broken record here, but yeah, Consulate is yet again another map where all the way from basement to the second floor, we've seen some crazy angles coming out. Definitely going to be looking to see that, as both of these teams are very much so warmed up for a vertical type play from these last two maps. But it looks like we're going to get a little bit of a breather for a 5-minute quick break, I believe, for these teams at least. And I feel like it's a great time for any viewers to take a stretch, get some water, use the bathroom if they need any.
Yeah, and get your popcorn, because this third map's going to be great. Don't go anywhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, we'll be right back, guys. Have a good one. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. Hopefully you got some nice stretches in. Definitely don't want to be sitting down the whole 2 hours. I know I do that myself. I'm, of course, joined again by my beautiful, beautiful casters, Seismic Viking.
Hello, I am still here.
We're still alive. Past 2 games may have raised my blood pressure, but I'm still going.
Yeah, my heart could barely take that last round of Villa. Hopefully we see some similar scenes over here on Consulate. This should be, if the best of 3 map ban system works as intended, the most balanced map and the most competitive map. Sometimes
True.
that doesn't happen, but hopefully we'll see.
Sometimes you get maps that I would never want to play on, but
Yeah.
apparently PSU and ASU are okay with using their decider match as map on Consulate, which is a very window-heavy playstyle plus vertical gameplay, which is like, you know, my brain is a little too small for this sometimes, but looks like PSU and ASU are pretty confident in going into this map.
Yeah. It is also worth mentioning that Penn State did get to select side choice on this map based on the results of the other 2 maps when it comes to round differential. So they did elect to attack first, which is different as both other maps saw whichever team got side choice choosing to defend. So maybe Penn State has something up their sleeve for this one. And it's 2 quick bans. We're going to see Jackal off the board. Penn State just does not. They don't like that operator. But it was actually Arizona State that banned it this time. And then
That's good.
Blackbeard Echo. Blackbeard very powerful when it comes to, as we've mentioned, the repel play. And Echo, as you know. And maybe we'll see Mira, but yeah, there she goes.
Oh, nice. Good timing. Yeah, Blackbeard definitely a really crucial op to bring on attack for Consulate if you have it open. Just because, you know, if they're holding second floor, you put a single Claymore on the bottom of Yellow Stairs, and you have a full reign of terror all the way down through sight, through long desk, at the top of spiral stairs, and that kind of control is just insane.
Now, oftentimes we do see, when it comes to the higher level, like Pro League level, the Nomad brought to counter any jump outs for your repel players. Might not see it as off the bat, we're not going to see it other than any 6-pick from the side of Penn State. But that's definitely something we want to look into, the Nomad usage, if it comes out.
Right. Nomad Claymores are definitely shoot-outable, destroyable. You could also definitely impact them, but Nomad's air jabs are almost impossible sometimes to clear, and they'll really ensure the safety of your window players.
Yeah.
But not going to see it this time around. Perhaps PSU is just going to be confident in just taking these gunfights and just power rolling into sites that we've seen them do before.
Yeah, and we're going to see, just watching for those drones, making sure they can get any sort of drone economy advantage off the bat. We are going to see, around Invite a couple months ago, the most popular strategy when it came to Consulate was this Mute-Mozzie combo. We're going to see the Mozzie being brought to deny some information, but the Mute itself is not being. Meanwhile, we have Tooler, the sub that came in for Racha. He's going to have a nice Evil Eye. I don't believe I've seen that before, but I'm definitely going to watch the default plant as well as the back of White Van, which are very common plant spots unless you're planting up on the bomb chassis, which should be able to be seen by that Evil Eye. So a lot of coverage already from the Arizona State defense as we get into the bench.
Alright, Destroyer picking up IQ this time. I don't think PSU brought IQ a single round on attack on Villa, but definitely a really, really important operator on Consulate. We do see Alex taking his anger out on a couple of pallets outside. But
and
yeah,
Penn State,
go for it.
They're doing their due diligence and clearing out the whole map as they're just starting to get up to the top of the roof and clear it on top down to try and protect their backs the best they can. As Vidge being droned in, looking to take any gunfights he can, but not going to find anyone just yet, even though there are 2 attacking players on the top floor.
Yeah, we do see the drone taking Vidge for a walk here, as he does spot out Viral being holed up inside bathroom, but he is going to be supported by Zerfon at the top of console office. He does trade a little bit. No, never mind. He does just take damage from Vidge here, who's holding him down, and it doesn't look like Zerfon, oh, he does actually. Zerfon had a way to go back into yellow stairs, but no, Firewall is going to be stuck inside bathroom as Destroyer takes him out. And that's going to be a really good advantage that PSU has going up into this first round for this map.
That was a very, very efficient roam clear. And now they have control of both the top floor and the middle floor. And they can start getting some vertical destruction done in this piano, as you're going to see C-Nacho start to shoot his Ash charges and get those lineups open. Looking for the Electroclaw, not able to find it just yet. That seems more of a job for Destroyer whenever he's able to get that Electroclaw off the wall for Epic to open it up. As we're going to see these Habana holes start to come out. Just kidding. Some of them did, and some of them... Did any of them? He might have gotten... Okay,
Oh,
so there's the walk hole for the Habana, but they weren't able to get the sight line that lets you watch towards the hallway and pipes area. So, good play by Alex to ensure the defender's safety over there, but only from outside the garage door, because from these vertical holes, they're still able to be finished, but not quite. Tooler's going to crawl away, maybe to safety from these vertical holes, as it doesn't seem like the attackers have any way to finish him off just yet.
Wow, Tooler just, oh wow, coming in clutch. Gonna get picked up now. He's going to be able to control his Evil Eyes, which might prove to be quite deadly for the PSU players. Gumine's going off on top yellow stairs, and look at Zerfon holding a really nice angle to the top of yellow stairs.
The thing is, there's only 15 seconds left, and the attackers still haven't made their way in. Baka's going to get a nice straight up, make that 3, looking for the 4th on the one from yellow stairs, not able to land the pistol shots just yet, but he is, and that's a 4-piece from Baka.
Wow.
I think from the way the attackers entered all through that doorway, there might have been maybe the Habana hole was bugged or something, and he wasn't able to make it through, but regardless of that incredible play from Baka, able to get 4 on that round off the Legion. Reason he listed it as... There is definitely a reason he listed it as his favorite defender.
Yeah, for sure. That was insane. Tooler also getting the first kill on the map, showing his worth as a sub player, but still being able to pull his weight, holding down the flank for the rest of his team, even after being taken down once. He still got that Aldo, still got that high rate of fire, and that big mag is able to make things work here.
And I don't want to sort of talk down towards Tooler, but it seems like him and Racha they operate in very different roles. As we saw, Racha is more of a fragger. He's playing Ash Jaeger, not exclusively, but he's playing a lot of those fragging types of roles. While Tooler's playing Maestro, he's playing Smoke this round. And I'm interested to see how Arizona State shifts their roles around in order to make it work with this substitute.
Yeah, for sure. Now we see them going up into the second floor, which is definitely a site that many teams take on their first try, but we're going to be seeing on their second. Baka bringing out the castle, hitting Zerfon a little bit with the construction, but it's not going to be a huge matter. We do see some really good castle barricades coming out, as windows inside bathroom and the connector can prove to be quite deadly if you're trying to hold sight as the defenders.
Yeah, Castle is... He has sort of fallen out of favor a little bit, but he's still a very, very important operator on this map. And we have seen, if you look over towards the yellow stairs side, the classic Jaeger ADS Wamai Frisbee utility dump that you tend to see towards the top there, as you want to have a player surviving towards the top of yellow stairs in order to hold off the attack as long as possible.
Oh yeah, for sure. Pretty standard plays, but looks like admin control is going to be completely uncontested, as Vidge knows that. He has 2 drones joining him in, and I don't think anyone from ASU knows that Vidge is already all the way up into printer room. Gladly there's no one holding the top of Visa or this side of long desk for him to shoot right now, but this might come to bite them in the back later on.
Yeah, there's no defensive intel that can be got from that admin office side, as the Evil Eyes, I believe, are... You see one over there towards Projector, and the other one, I imagine, is on the other side of the map, over by the CEO office itself. But over on this side, you're seeing a turtle setup that's being pressed by the attackers.
Yeah. 4 players inside the admin office printer room. Oh, make that 3 players. One, I guess one jumped out. One moving on to the connector side. We do see a slow push into both the site as well as long desk. This might come down to just really gunplay and how well if you can catch a player out with flash. Oh, it doesn't look like they know exactly where Zerfon is. That's going to be Destroyer going down as Vidge gets another player as Baka goes down. And Vidge holding that long angle all the way from console window is not something that ASU probably expected this late into the game with the intel that they have that PSU is attacking from the other side of the second floor.
When it comes to attacking operators that you would like to lose, IQ's probably the highest up there, as her utility sort of pales in comparison to the rest of those players. Obviously, you don't want to lose anyone, but trading an IQ for a castle is probably the most even thing that could have come up on the board. Meanwhile, the defenders still hold up in using their shields and using their defensive utility, like those were my Frisbees and Jaegers, to the best of their ability. However, that Frisbee's not going to help out Alex as he's downed in Projector. Doesn't seem like the attackers are aware of it just yet. Sinacho is still watching. Looks like he's going to throw in this next nade to try and finish him off, but Epic is going to find the angle and get the kill.
Yeah, it's down to a 3v4. Planta's going to start going down by Epic as Vidge finds one kill, finds the second one as Tuller goes down with another headshot, and it's all down to Zerfon, a little over 50 HP. He does have a dream, but no, it's 10 HP in the dream, actually, as he does get taken down by C-Nacho with the Black Ice L98, L95, I forget what the gun is. Oh god, I'm a sledge main too. Wow, what a round coming out from PSU.
Yeah, after one punch from Arizona State with a huge round from Baka getting a quad kill, we're going to see Vidge fire back along with the rest of Penn State, with Vidge picking up a 3K for himself. And it seems like both teams in this final map of their playoff series will not go down without a fight.
Yeah, for sure. A really, really good round, just really making full use of every inch that they can get from the defenders from ASU, just making sure that they can utilize every single wall, making big sightlines from admin office all the way into site, making sure they also had a sledge outside of meeting room window. Sorry, I call that tongue, but that's a Korean call out. And all these sort of angles really made it easy for ASU to just hone in on their target and get these kills one after another. And I feel like that's what's really working out from ASU. Their tight gameplay from a lot of different angles. Or PSU, sorry about that.
Oh, but we are going to see one of my favorite bomb sites in the game. Archives Tellers. I'm going to be honest, I think this bomb site's been in the game for like a year maybe, and I think no one still really knows how to defend it. It's constantly shifting, and I'm very, very excited to see how Arizona State does it. Now, one thing I want to highlight is their defensive lineup is going to be brought with, it's highlighted by 4 C4s, as the main way you see this site defended is from underneath, using that Pulse to scout out, Pulse and Valkyrie to scout out where the attackers are trying to plant in Tellers, and you throw all of your C4s at them one at a time and try to kill them, and stop the plant to the best of your ability.
We have 4 C4s coming up from ASU. We have 2 impacts as well as the Evil Eyes coming up from Viral. This is definitely, it's like they heard you and they know exactly what they're doing. ASU definitely gonna hold this bomb site from below, as PSU is gonna struggle to figure out what to do at the first minute or so here. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're fully confident in knowing how to attack this site.
I guess we'll find out. One thing, they're already starting to take the entire top floor, which makes sense. We very often see the top floor being held when it comes to a Teller's Archive, and if it is, it's maybe one player just sort of doing his best to delay. Meanwhile, you have Baka holding the garage. You see, when it comes to a Teller's Archive push, you have to have different rooms anchored down solidly with utility expended. As you saw, 3 reinforcements plus the Electro Claw being put on that garage to make sure that Baka is safe in order to watch the push over towards the actual downstairs site in order to throw those C4s into Tellers. Just a lot of moving parts when it comes to this.
bomb
For
located
sure.
by
There's a
attackers.
lot of utility being used to clear down from second floor down to first floor, but I'm not sure if PSU fully knows that literally the entire team of ASU is holding down from basement. And they're doing a strong hold on garage as well as archives, getting drones out of the way with the use of their gadgets. A lot of PSU members still haven't entered or touched foot inside the first floor yet. I feel like they're a little bit too antsy.
Yeah, there is going to be some shots put out towards that pulse as its destroyer trying to hunt him with the scanner out. As we're going to start to see maybe some pushes towards the downstairs. We're going to see a lot of pulse scanners, but it looks like Destroyer's accidentally going to get a random headshot onto Epic. Alex gets one, and Jaws gets one with a Claymore on the flank. Destroyer's planting up on the box as Jaws gets another kill. Doesn't seem like they know the plant is going down, and it's going to be Jaws tagging on another as the bomb goes down. Alex not able to get the shots as the feet of the IQ are defended by the desk until he steps off and Alex gets killed with the pistol. 30 seconds left. Concusses out from Vidge. He's just going to back off. He knows bomb is down. He has the time to play with only 25 seconds left. Just sort of tease them around the angle, shooting another concuss at his face as he tries to fall back to the rotate hole. That one's not actually going to stun him. Jaws is going to get his third kill of the round as Zerfon has made his way into sight, desperately looking for any kill, but he's not able to find it just yet, taking a lot of damage, and he will be finished off by it.
Wow. That was I feel like that was a valiant effort coming out from ASU on holding what is typically a very neglected site with some really creative holes. I feel like it just came down to whether or not Pulse was able to hear the plant going off, and it looks like he wasn't able to. And so just maybe with a little stroke of luck, PSU was able to take and win that site. And now we're going back down to basement, which is where ASU first dominated on that first site with Baka getting a 4K. And hopefully we get to see something very similar this time around.
Now, Penn State is probably going to be better prepared for the attacking side of things based on the fact that they did pick attack for their side choice when it comes to this map. Arizona State, on the other hand, it seems like their communication has started to falter a little bit as compared to Villa, where they were firing on all cylinders. Now it's started to sort of fall apart a little bit more. So I'd like to see them hopefully bring it back and maybe trade another punch and bring us to a 2-2 with this round.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Yeah, for sure. We do see a very, very similar lineup coming out from ASU again. Or if not exactly the same, actually.
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, definitely. If it works, no need to go around changing it. I feel like that's exactly what ASU is doing. PSU on this time around, however, is bringing a Dokebi, which might help out in pinpointing exactly where people are. Oh, that's a really nice Evil Eye placement. It's going to be hard to kill even with a Thatcher nade, unless you're all the way inside sight.
Yeah, gets a lot of intel with that Evil Eye. One thing I do want to highlight is they're attacking basement and they have no hard breacher, which, if I'm in ranked, I'm alt F4ing if that happens. It's just very, very difficult when you can't get those sight lines that you often get from opening the garage. And we saw when they weren't able to get through the garage last round, they got mowed down on the yellow stairs. So, interesting choices from Penn State. We'll see how they, with the lack of a hard breacher, it's obviously a conscious decision. Let's see how they attack the site and work their angles without...
Oh! I think he knows that Zerfon went down. That was a really good shot by Vidge, making that punch hole just in time to see Zerfon. I don't think he knows he's downed him, too. But nonetheless, we're going to see 3 players from PSU rushing on the side of second floor, throwing out a couple shots. He does see the blood trail as it leads him straight to Zerfon, who dropped down.
Yeah, Vidge is going to get that finish. But on the other side, when they were pushing up, it was Viral who was able to get the kill on another player who was aggressing. And he has fallen back into the bathroom. A nice position he can just anchor out of and harass attackers as they start to push into that piano room.
Right. A minute 20 already off the clock. They've already traded 1 for 1, and I feel like that's a perfectly fine trade, especially if you're trading out a solid attacker like Thatcher, getting that good gun as well as the ever so crucial EMP grenades off the board. It's super good. Vidge going to be taken down to 25 HP after one shot of the TCSG from Alex. That's also another reason why the TCSG is getting nerfed to the ground to 54 damage instead of the damage that you're seeing right now.
Yeah, very, very solid gun. We're seeing Firel hold this close angle with his super shorty. He's ready to blast anyone who tries to enter his bathrooms, but for now it seems like the attackers are just going to leave him in there. I'm not even sure if they're aware of his position, as it doesn't seem like he's been droned off the bat, I don't think. 50 seconds left. Firel doesn't really have to make his move yet, that's the thing. He has time to play with. He's starting to get a little bit of aggressiveness and is now holding an angle. Oh, but with that Dokkaebi call coming out, they might be able to hear it. But he's going to peek out, and he's going to get two! Refragged by Epic on the other side, but those are big kills. Now coming down to a 2v3. Epic trying to work these holes to his favor, but he's getting shot in the feet, and especially with the Dokkaebi AR, it's hard to find those kills to repel.
20 seconds left on the clock. The last call going out from Epic, but both of them are not looking so healthy. They're trying to locate the ASU defenders with just the calls, but it's not really looking to be in their favor. The left click coming out as they're holding out yellow stairs with the big mag. 5 seconds left on the clock, and it's not looking so good for Epic as for PSU, as Epic is trying to run into sight with a bearing, but no, not getting into sight in time to get the plant off. ASU winning yet again another round on this decider map.
Yeah, that was honestly, I think, lost when they didn't bring a hard breacher. Like, unless you can have insane efficiency, which Penn State's a quality team, but they're playing against another quality team. You're not going to be able to just run over them without opening the angles that you need to. And that was just, honestly, I think a disrespectful operator lineup. It's definitely better when it comes to the second floor, as hard breach isn't as necessary here. But that, when attacking basement, that's just in very, very interesting decision.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, we see a 6-pick into Clash coming out by Baka from Castle, and this is going to be in the second floor. I wonder if they're going to be using Clash either in just to show a big presence in console office, or if they're going to try to use Clash so that no one can properly enter admin windows.
Now, there's definitely a lot of places for this Clash to play, and can honestly rotate depending on where the attackers are pushing. We do see a lineup that seems very focused on the Clash being in their faces with long-ranged guns, such as the Alda or the MP5 from the dock, being able to take those fights from far away. Or we could even see the Clash enter a hard admin hold.
10 seconds left.
We're seeing a lot of mute jammers going down off these windows in the beginning, so
5 seconds to go.
we'll see where Baka decides to bring it.
Yeah, for sure. We do see the long desk being completely opened up to make it a little harder for people coming up Spiral to look at. Oh, and also for people to hold it all the way from long desk looking into console office. Drones being thrown off and through admin windows. Looks like PSU is going to try to take it through admin office again. A ping going off and barely living with his life. Oh, looks like Alex on the dock is bringing a P90 with an ACOG, which is not often that you see docks wielding.
It's a pretty interesting just round in general. We're seeing no hard breaches. We're seeing dock P90. A lot of things happening. I'm a fan personally. We're seeing teammates' drones being naded. It's just a whole lot happening. Tooler is in a very unenviable spot, but it looks like he's going to try and sneak out and barely make it away for now. Baka's there to support him.
Oh no!
Goes for the spray, not able to get it. Eats about half of his damage, has the shotgun out, but it's Vidge who's going to be able to get the finish. But now, Admin, with as powerful of a staging location it is for pushing into the rest of the map, it's strongly in the hands of the attackers, which could prove deadly to this defender site hold.
Right, for sure. We still have some really long sightlines coming out from Alex here, but holding down with the ACOG. It's going to make it a little bit difficult for PSU to hold, but wow, already one person repelled, a C-Nacho repelled onto Spiral Stairs, is going to make it really hard for Clash to come back, I believe, who's stuck on Spiral Stairs. Oh, He's going to be moving to a
He's
different
getting
window.
pinged out and he's getting pushed. This is not
Oh,
looking
God.
too hot for Baka.
Bomb.
If he's not
That's-
aware of the fact, he might have heard the player on rappel, and has his back to him, but I don't believe they can get an angle. Vidge does pick up his second off rappel on Alex, returning back to these CEO windows like we saw him last round, able to get another kill.
Ooh, Zerfon finding the kill into Vidge is going to slowly start to even it up. They know exactly where Zerfon is now, however, as the only roamer. Baka is still up. He does try to get naded, but no, only taking a little bit of sliver damage. He is getting droned out and pinged constantly. Zerfon right behind him to refrag him as Epic finally finishes up defusing, putting the diffuser down onto site. And it's going to be a retake from ASU.
Now, it's definitely winnable. They have enough bodies to make it work. Not able to find the kill on the Buck is Zerfon off the bat, and once again Sinachu peeking out, able to solidly get it. Destroyer gets one more, and tacks on with his second of the round and gets the final kill onto Baka. Very well played by Penn State. After taking admin, they were just able to box their way into the site, get that bomb down.
Yeah, what a good round. PSU showing the dominance on the second floor site. I believe ASU hasn't been able to win a single time on the second floor site, which is typically a really strong site hold for defenders.
Yeah, it's very it's an interesting site because you have to have some sort of vertical denial when it comes to that bomb after the attackers, take control of admin. Because once you lose admin control, the attackers have very powerful angles they can use to push into the bomb site and just plant the bomb, as we saw Penn State do expertly there. So we're going to see a return to the second floor bomb site with a definitely very mixed up lineup. And we'll see if this is the key to the side of Arizona State.
Right, for sure. Going back to second floor, like you said, but opting to bring out a Valkyrie, I believe, as well as a Mozzie, as well as a Goyo, especially the Valk, Mozzie, Maestro, triple Three Musketeers of really good intel. I feel like ASU is trying to play around that sort of intel that they can gain from all these three operators, and also utilize Goyo's three deployable shields, albeit with a little bit of a exploding thing on the back. His three deployable shields to their fullest extent, because I feel like having that sort of amount of intel is going to really allow ASU to play with more confidence.
And we saw ASU play with that confidence really, really well off of that intel on Villa. So switching it up on their defensive half of Consulate, maybe that was their plan to begin with. Definitely see it not working as effectively as they would like, and now they're switching it back. And if they bring it to a 3-3 side on Consulate, definitely a very, very winnable situation. So we'll see if they're able to take this round, even though Penn State is doing the exact same thing as they have been doing.
Grabbed a drone and did it in
Right,
style.
for sure. Oh, already grabbed the Mozzie drone. Oh, does find the headshot onto
What
Vidge.
a beautiful shot
Ooh.
by Zerfon.
And that's going to be a lot of gunpowder getting off of the board for PSU. They do have control of admin, and as I say that, C-Nacho finds the kill into Alex, and Alex finds the kill into C-Nacho. So you know exactly what happened there. That's a really good trade, yeah.
That's a trade of frag grenades for shields that are already down. Like, sure, you both lose a gun, but right now, with a man advantage already for ASU, they're just expanding that advantage slowly but surely.
And like we said before, there's a lot of really good intel. They do have a single Mozzie drone that is already active. They have all their Vault chems. They still have Evil Eyes that I think the only way to take care of them now is with EMP grenades, none of which have been used so far. So I feel like this is going to be a really difficult round for PSU to climb back. And if they close this out with a 3-3 win for ASU, I think they're chilling.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very winnable, depending on... Obviously, we haven't seen them attack on Consulate, but it's not super complex, honestly. Very standard ways to do it, but Destroyer starting to get aggressive off of the drone info he's gotten from his teams. There is an Evil Eye that will see him. Not sure if it's being activated right now, but he's pushed all the way into the bomb site. Jaws is pushing up through the long desk to try and cover his teammate, but Zerfon's going to get his second in the round. Epic looking for a Valk camp up in the corner, and we're seeing 2 players underneath with their C4s. Exactly what I said last round.
Ooh.
Ready to spring. Destroyer is going to get Tooler, however, so that is the Maestro down. It's going to be
taken
Smokes
down
going
to
down.
1 HP.
Yeah, this is not looking the best, as there'll still be pings going down, as I believe that Evil Eye is still up on that bomb site. No, it's actually been destroyed, so it's definitely possible for Penn State. Epic's going to start putting the bomb down. 2 C4s being ripped, and he gets off to try and bait them. Destroyer gets a kill onto Zerfon, so this is so much more winnable. Penn State has started to pull themselves out of the hole they found themselves in. Epic trying to bait the bomb defuse. That's going to be the C4 out. It's not going to get anyone as the bomb's going down. Shotgun coming out, and he's up on the desk, so it's not going to stop the plant. Takes a lot of damage.
Oh!
Does get bomb down, and he's down himself, so it's down. Destroyer in a 1v2 with very, very low HP. Holding the angle towards yellow stairs. Might consider going for the res, but I believe there's an Evil Eye watching. As, yeah, there's shots coming everywhere. Epic is upside down, wall down, but he's still going to be finished off, and it's down to Destroyer in a 1v1. He has gotten 3 so far, so this would be the kill for his 4K, and he's on very, very little HP. Goes for the pre-fires, not able to find the kill on the Valkyrie, but there's only 15 seconds left for fire roll. Flicks around, and he's able to get the kill with the fire, though. That might... Is that going to finish him if he goes for the defuse?
Kill him. No!
Oh, but and he runs out of time?
There's no time!
Oh my
no
god,
time.
what a interesting clutch from the side of Penn State.
Wow.
Solid 2v4. 2v4 or 2v5 from Destroyer and Epic.
Yeah, wow. I can't believe that Goyo Shield came back around to bite ASU in the butt, as it it didn't let the diffuser be properly dismantled before he would have died. He had time. He started when the timer was still ticking at like 8 or 9 seconds, but he had to step off, and by the time he restarted, it was around 5 or 6 seconds left on the clock, and we know that you need 7 full seconds.
Yeah, I'm not
Wow.
100% sure if he would have been able to stick it through the fire and survive. But
No, I
that's
don't think
still
so.
Very, very solid awareness from Destroyer to know, okay, time is down, I can shoot the Goyo shield, and then suddenly he can't defuse. Very, very smart plays from him. And that capped off, he did get 3 and was finished off himself, but winning the round for his team, just a masterful
Attackers need
clutch.
to locate and defuse as
Right.
many bombs as
There's
they
no
can.
such thing as gun economy like CSGO or Valorant. So, yeah, definitely taking the death for the round win is definitely super good for PSU, as they were able to close out the first half of the game at a 4-2, which is looking really strong for them. Consulate, I think, is a pretty balanced map. It really comes down to how good and coordinated the teams are, which is obviously the case for a lot of other maps, but I feel like it's even more so the case for a map with as much verticality and window play as Consulate.
Yeah, and
5 seconds
with
left before
the map itself, like, you're not going to see any, like, overpowered defender-sided bomb sites. Like, most of the ones that defenders are going to pick up, they're just okay. There's no, like, back-breaking bomb sites that you'll maybe see on maps like Cafe or Theme Park. So, with those 4 rounds, very, very solid for Penn State, because that gives them a definite advantage off the bat.
Sure. Also looks like a little bit of dulling the knife on the wall before getting ready to go into battle there. ASU, this is gonna be the first attack round that we see for ASU on Consulate. We do see both teams utilizing the IQ, getting good intel on where all these vault cams on these goo mines are. In fact, IQ can see literally every gadget from every op on the on the defending team.
We are going to see, touching on the attacker and operator lineup a little bit more, the Nomad being brought by Baka, which we talked about jump outs. There weren't really many brought from the side of Arizona State when they were defending, but it seems like they're worried about the Penn State dropouts, as You will see a late reposition of the Valk cam by C-Nacho, looking to see if he can maybe get a jump out a little bit later into the round after they clear that area, but he is being droned out. One other thing with the attacker lineup that I wanted to talk about is we're also seeing 2 hard breachers being brought. The Thermite just in case they go to the garage and therefore are needed to open up that whole wall, or the Hibana in order to open up the wall that he's looking at right now, as you can't really cross and safely do a Thermite. But we're going to see the Nomad taken down by C-Nacho. Looks like he gets a nice peek towards that front door. And up top, we're going to see Jaws get another as C-Nacho gets a third. Arizona State starting to fall apart.
Protected, can't go back into the main door, but luckily for him, there's no one on the side of ASU that is watching the main door side. Tuller finally pushing up into Printer with a goo in his ankle, and Zerfon pushing out from admin into the main hallway here. Things aren't looking too good, like he said. 45 seconds left on the clock, and there's not many 2 angles for ASU to work with here.
Yeah, it's not looking too hot. We did see a nice 2v4 last time. We're going to see Zerfon do a lot of damage, but not win the gunfight, as there's 3 people peeking him. Tuller gets the refrag, but Destroyer gets the kill in return, and Penn State is at a 5-2 now. It's not looking too hot for the side of Arizona State. They're going to need to reset and find a way to claw themselves on this attacking half back into the map.
Yeah, things are looking already very, very good for Penn State University here. Going to 5-2, showing us and ASU how effective defenders they can be on a map like Consulate. I feel like ASU is going to have to start drastically switching things up in order to make things work, because I feel like they can't let another game slip.
Yeah, this is not... You have to start to claw themselves back, because this is your playoff hopes. This is the end of your season here if you're not able to win this map. And right now, Penn State has a pretty commanding lead, going down to the cafeteria this time. So we're still going to see the double hard breaches being brought, and maybe there's more efficiency in this downstairs take, and Arizona State can bring themselves to a 3rd round and use that momentum to catapult themselves forward. But if Penn State takes this round, it's going to be very, very difficult for Arizona State.
We see Epic peeking out of the sound holes that he made in garage to get these drones, but Tuller's drone just around the side, making... Oh, they even stopped reinforcing to look for Tuller's drone, but it's already out of the way.
Oh, but he's looking... Ooh, not able to land this shot. A good attempt, but...
He is Kaid, so he has a lot of time to set up. Once he gets those walls up, he just throws those electric claws, or he's tricking, so he doesn't have any more placement time. What am I thinking? Setup time. Oh my god, English. Setup time to play with. But yeah, looking like a really strong hold coming from PSU. Alibi is one that we haven't seen too often today. Might actually be end up pretty good, as ASU might end up shooting some Prismas late into the game if they're not doing too well on time.
Yeah, and I believe the alibi we've seen today is the C-Nacho special. He's been bringing this operator a couple times. A very, very good gun. Nice destructibility with the secondary pistol. And the gadget is okay for intel gathering. If they pre-fire through a wall and hit that, it reveals their position, so could be nice. Prismas are already down, so we're not going to see any tricky plays on the roam, but he's going to be up on the top floor being pushed by the Arizona State attackers.
Does find 2 different drones, however. That's going to be some intel off the board, and honestly, single-handedly slowing down the attack by just holding 2nd floor is going to be so crucial as for timing for ASU. Speaking of timing, they do open up the main garage wall very, very fast, only a minute into the round, and ASU is going to have a little bit more of breathing room to work with.
Yeah, we're going to see an aggressive peek from Jaws with that Han Solo pistol. He's been feeling himself with that one ever since Villa, so might be able to get a nice shot out.
It's too high.
Yeah, this is... Oh, he does get
there
through.
You go.
A waste of like 15 seconds, but that's fine. Still 2 players up on the top floor, and Vidge is going to peek out and get Zerfon all the way downstairs by that car. Really, really nice angle. Hard to fight back from, too, if you're the one down by the car. Losing the IQ, not the worst. You can still recover from that, as not a whole lot of utility gone off the bat, but it's not looking great for Arizona State. They're getting boxed out at every corner.
Right, for sure. Only a minute left on the clock. They do have all the tools necessary to take this win, but it feels like ASU will just need to start winning some of their gunfights. Vidge aggressively peeking the top of console window office, even though he just got a kill from it, to see if he can start double dipping. But ASU is going to be holding off their angles a little bit. Only 35 seconds left, and they're going to have to start doing something. Vidge off the board by Baka, and it's going to make it a 4v4.
They're throwing in those flashbangs, and the Thermite is getting his feet shot by that Evil Eye. He is being covered by Firewall, who does get gunned down, but Tuller is able to get the bomb down, and now bomb down in a consulate basement. It's so hard to retake, as you see all the attackers with their ACOGs back all the way up. Tuller's going to get a down all the way back, and it's left to Jaws and Epics to try and retake outside of this garage door.
Oh!
He's going to get the final kill. Jaws with the Han Solo pistol gets one, but is downed in return by Baka, and Tuller gets the kill over on 2.
I've seen some really clean headshots coming out with that Magnum by Jaws. Wow. that's some really good play. ASU putting themselves back on the map with that round, making it a little bit more even for 3-5 for them. And now we're going to see another basement hold from Penn State University. Hopefully they can change things around. It looks like they're going to be bringing up the same operators, but Zerfon's early kill into Vidge and things like that are things that PSU can be slowly changing around their gameplay to make sure that doesn't happen again, because I feel like Penn State had a really nice hold up until the last 40 seconds when things just started to fall apart.
It seemed like Penn State had their roamers still upstairs, but they seemed fairly not really influential. They were just getting killed with that solid flank watch from Baka. They weren't able to put pressure on the attackers in any other sort of meaningful way. So maybe they'll be able to step up a little bit this time. We are going to see Alex switch off from, I believe, the Habana to the Twitch. So the F2, don't really need to say a whole lot about that. If you're acquainted with the game, you'll know that gun is nasty, even with the nerfs that have come towards it. So we'll see how they're able to use that as sort of an entry fragger tool.
Yeah. Also, another thing, like Twitch is bringing the shotgun. Yeah, not the F2. That's gonna be the shotgun from the French players.
I'm very excited. Like, he has the breach shot, he has the Twitch drum. There's a minimal amount of utility that he has, but we'll see how he's able to get up close and blast them.
Yeah, I'm guessing any sort of mid to long range engagement, he's just going to be using his revolver instead of the P9, which is also another interesting choice. Definitely a favorite of the French GIGN operators with the revolver. Looks like ASU is just going to be trying to get this wall open, using some of their utility early on. Hopefully Alex looks like it's not even going to be tricked by Jaws, as he's just falling back from the wall as he's getting spooked by a drone.
Yeah, I believe both his electro claws are gone. They have been patched off, which is good play from Firewall and Tuller to not use their utility efficiently and not lose any of the exothermic charges. So solid stuff from them. Meanwhile, we have Alex starting to get on the roam clear. And the rest of his team is starting to set up these positions, waiting for any aggression from the defenders outside of this garage.
definitely a really, really strong position for ASU. This is exactly the same position, as I say that, Zerfon finds the kill onto Jaws, and that's going to be Kaid off the board. I feel like it's not too incredibly big of a loss for PSU this late into the round, but still that's another gun off the board with a powerful TCSG. But yeah, like I was saying, this is exactly the same position that ASU found themselves in last round, where they were able to take it home pretty fast, and I feel like this is exactly what we're going to be seeing pretty soon. Oh, he does see the gun.
But that's his backpack, so he's only able to land 1 or 2 bullets. Alex is getting prepared to entry in through that Z connector, but elects to fall back and maybe take it from a different approach. Meanwhile, the rest of Arizona State has not attempted to start to get their execute in. Really good shot from Vidge. He's able to take off the head of Baka, but does lose about half of his HP. And that is their flank watch down right now. Cooler's trying to repel in up there, but Nacho is able to get the kill, and suddenly things are looking so much worse for Arizona.
Especially with the fact that Alex is on the revolver CQB combo, I feel like isn't the best. Oh, he's going to make his position known to Vidge, who doesn't care apparently, and is continuing to watch down Piano. Zerfon just running onto site. There's nothing left to do except for go for these kills, but he doesn't know that 2 of these players are upstairs still. He does barely see one who's trying to get the kill, but he does get the plant down, I believe.
Yeah, he gets the plant down, and he gets 1, and it's down to a 1v1 Firewall. He's unaware of the position, but he is given away. Not able to land the shots with the kick from the alibi gun, and Firewall is just going to bail all the way outside. He has a good sight line onto the bomb, and with an ACOG, that's going to be very, very hard to do. Sinacho does elect to get in a position, maybe not able to get the shot.
Oh, there's no way.
Sinacho will be able to get the stick as pros do not fake, and Penn State is up to 6 rounds.
No way. We see question marks coming out. But wow, the tint and the color on the black car just makes it so hard to see through the windows and see the alibi who's diffusing. It just didn't turn out right for ASU here, as he barely missed the person who was trying to defuse.
Yeah, really, really smart play from Sinacho, knowing he can get into that angle to stick the plant. And a small blunder there by Firewall from falling all the way back and not maybe holding a closer angle where he would have had a better angle. But it happens, and now Arizona State is going to have to work with that and win these next 3 rounds in a row. Otherwise, it will be Penn State moving on to face, I believe, RIT Orange. I believe that's who the winner of this faces. So we'll see how it pans out.
Right, for sure. That was quite a round for PSU. I thought it just kept going back and forth and back and forth. And at a certain point, I thought, ASU's gonna win. Oh god, no, PSU's gonna win, and no, ASU is an easy win for ASU, and then no, it just goes back. And wow, I feel like it just goes to show that you can never really expect what's gonna happen next in high caliber games.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always such a solid individual plays. You almost saw Zerfon get 4 there at the end. But it's just such solid play from all of these talented players, and it really comes down to team coordination towards the end in that information being gathered. So we'll see if Arizona State can get their coordination up and get a nice attacking win here, which they've been struggling to attack this top floor, but might be able to do it.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a crucial round to win for ASU, as if they lose this, they're going to be completely eliminated from the bracket from playoffs, and this is going to be their last game playing in this season's CEA Invite tournament. And PSU is definitely going to be blood hungry, bloodthirsty, seeking blood, smelling blood.
Yes.
To find this last win, that's going to secure them a semifinal spot in their next game, potentially against RIT if they are to win this round. ASU has to win 4 rounds in a row to make that not happen, and it's going to be really, really difficult here.
And
Oh!
off the bat, Sinacho is setting the pace. He's going to get that kill on Alex. That's your hard breacher gun. Not the way you want to start out what could be your potential last round in CEA. Sinacho still has that camera up, and I don't know if the attackers are aware of that location yet. Zerfon is there, but he hasn't used his gadget yet, I don't think, as they're just focused on trying to get across. Some bullets shot, but no kills traded out just yet after that first run out onto Alex.
Yeah, he's going to be able to take that kill advantage all the way home as he's just falling back. He doesn't have to push it out anymore, and that's going to be a minute 30 off the clock. Like you said, no hard breach on the side of ASU, and that's going to make things really, really difficult to get some people out of really strong positions like the top of yellow stairs of their sites. But we do see Firel shooting out the vault cam inside admin office, and that's control of admin office for ASU.
See,
Attackers have dropped the bomb.
now it's going to be much harder for Penn State to make any aggressive plays towards the admin office with the lack of that intel, but I'm not 100% sure if they need to, because they have a man advantage. They're getting rid of as many drones as they can, Jaws takes some damage on the retreat over away from that vending machine side, but the side of Penn State is still sitting pretty. They have only 45 seconds left until they've punched their ticket to the next round of playoffs.
Yep, for sure. We do see some bullets being traded back and forth, but 30 seconds left on the clock. What doesn't matter is getting 5-10 damage on your opponent, but actually the kills as 25 seconds left. Time is ticking down, and ASU does still need to find an entry into one of the sites in order to make this happen. Tooler finding the kill into Jaws with the frag grenade. He's going to rush onto site, try to go for the plant, but doesn't, as Epic stops him. 10 seconds left on the clock with a 2v4. Things not looking good. Vidge finds the kill into Firel, and it's all down to Tooler, who's desperately shooting, and he goes towards the window, gets shot by Epic. And that's going to be the final win for Penn State University, as they will be moving on to the semifinals round.
Yeah, Penn State joins, I believe, Carnegie Mellon, who have also punched their ticket into the next round of the playoffs. And that secures the next round of matchups, as we will see Akron Gold versus Carnegie Mellon next week, along with Penn State D1 versus RIT Orange.
Yeah, wow, really, really good games coming up from both teams here. ASU definitely didn't have the best game today, but also showing us how well of a team can coordinate together. But looks like this time around, PSU is going to come out ahead and just show us how dominant of a team they could be in Rainbow Six.
And now we will see likely an interview from Penn State. I will imagine that it's normally Epic who comes, but it could be anyone. And I'm very excited to see some of their insight into words, especially that clutch in that consulate round. Very, very solid play and communication in order to get the bomb down in that 2v4 and turn it into a round win, along with many other solid individual plays from the entire Penn State team.
Right, for sure. Like I said, I think we're just waiting on this interview confirmation as we're waiting for one of the players from the winning team from Penn State University to finally, for us to congratulate his win to his face. But wow, yeah, actually though, what interesting games from both sides.
There were some interesting plays and there were some amazing plays from both sides when it came down to those three. Now, I believe we will be getting, yes, Epic, I believe captain? I'm not 100% sure. But he should be in here fairly shortly from Penn State, and here he is.
Hey, Vic, how's it going?
Pretty good. How y'all doing?
Congrats on your win.
Thank you.
Huge congrats, man.
So, towards the end there, after you guys had come to this map 3, it was very close up until the 2v4 clutch. I believe it was you and Destroyer had attacking that console office. What was going through your guys' mind with that play towards the end?
Oh man, there's like comms were like crazy at that point. We knew they were at least 2 beneath, and we were so worried about planning in projector. I was being yelled at to go plan on top of the desk in CEO, and I did that. I barely got that down. I can't believe I did, using my body as a drone. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I was so surprised they didn't get the diffuser in time. Like, I don't know. We assumed they got it, and then once we won the round, Destroyer was just screaming like, "I got it! Let's go!" And we just went up 4-2, and I think that just ended it for them. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much you guys could see, but with the Goyo shield popped, he didn't have time to defuse it without just dying outright.
So it did hit him. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So very smart plays. I believe it was Destroyer who popped that, but regardless of how it worked, very, very solid plays. Next round, you guys will be facing RIT Orange. Is there any like particular ideas you guys have towards playing against them in the next round?
I mean, I'm just excited to play them because this round was a rematch of last season's finals. This next round is going to be essentially, I mean, I guess a rematch of the season before that. Like, I remember C Nacho was telling me like what our possible competition is, and I was like, all right, I'm ready for this. Like ASU, RIT, and I'm not gonna say who, but I think everyone knows who might make it to the Grands. So I don't want to jinx anyone, but you know, I don't know. I'm excited to play our teams. It's been a long time since we played them. I'm actually like really happy.
Yeah, the Penn State Revenge Tour. I'm very excited to watch it.
Yeah, for sure. We've definitely seen some really, really like tight team coordination coming out from your team today, all across all 3 maps actually.
And I got TK twice though. One of them and lost us on that. That was so unfortunate. I mean, I'll tell you, Villa, that was so close. It's our first time playing it in a series. We brought it that close. Like, I mean, hey, I don't know. I was super proud. I mean, even if we lost 5-7 that close, I'm still proud of how we did on that map.
Yeah, no, definitely something to be super proud of. Speaking of being proud of people, is there any person or people that you want to personally shout out to say, hey, you did a really great job at pulling it together, getting those frags? Any names that come to mind immediately?
I mean, for the first map, for sure, C Nacho, Sean, he was frying the first time. On the last map, too, he did some cheeky stuff. Oh, my God, it's what he does best. I can't believe he got away with it, to be honest. Like, I don't know. It was insane. I mean, I don't pay attention to the scoreboard, to be honest. Like, I don't really care about who's on top or not. Like, it's all about enabling each other to do what we need to do. On Villa, like, in the beginning, I feel like we just couldn't get our groove together, which is why we were down towards the end. We brought it back. I mean, we did almost bring it back, and then unfortunate TK. But, I mean, I don't care about the scoreboard. We enable each other to do what we need to do, and that's why we won the series. Like, I don't think that when we were playing them, we felt like there were certain things that they just weren't doing together. Like, especially on Bank. Like, at the end of the map, we were like, we know they haven't played it at all in the season. Like, did they even scrim it? Like, that's how bad it was. Like, when we were watching them, I'll be honest with you, it was pretty free. I'm just gonna say it was pretty free.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely saw a lot of your guys' confidence just start, showing ever since the first map. Even on the second map, you guys still played super confident, even though it was a map that you guys didn't play that often. Just, like you said, enabling each other, having that really good mindset, having really good team comms, I feel like is the hallmark of a really nice, highly functioning team, especially in like a high caliber team.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here tweaking off my Red Bull, bro. I can't sit still. I'm just super happy, super happy.
I got you. We won't keep you here super long. Congrats again on your win, and we'll be excited to see you guys next week in your next playoff game. For the rest of you watching at home, once again, thanks to all of our sponsors, CORSAIR for any of your PC peripherals that you could be interested in, Rogue Energy, everyone's favorite mixable energy drink with discount code CEA at checkout, and NEU for our new merch line where we have a couple little clothing items and things. I'm going to be honest, I'm a volunteer here. They don't pay me enough to lie. I'm wearing the joggers right now. These are the more comfortable things I've ever worn in my life. It is incredible. So definitely look into that yourself. And till then, I am Seismic Viking.
I'm Kevin Joker.
And we'll see you guys at some of our games next week.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, everybody. Hope you guys have a great night.